must succeed. Let's make sure that history never forgets the name. Enterprise. Guard out.
Our lives are different to anybody else's. That's the exciting thing. Nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.
Greenville, I am calling battle station. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
Oh, hundreds and hundreds, but don't worry. I started a very long time ago.
Calling the War Council of Gallifrey. This is the Doctor.
You might say I've been doing this all my lives.
Good luck.
Stand by.
Ready. Commencing calculations. Turn me there.
Across the boundaries that divide one universe from another.
Got to lock onto his coordinates.
And for my next trick, I didn't know when I was well off. All 12 of them.
No, sir.
Ah! All 13!
Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. Good evening, good morning. I hope you're all doing well, wherever you are on this fine Saturday. I hope we're all feeling particularly splendid. Yes, I do. For me, Sabbath has just ended. So if you are new to the channel, which I'm assuming you're not, if you're new to the channel, I'm normally offline from Friday night. This week it was 5 o'clock, went off, and at 6:05 Sabbath ended, right? Which is a lot less time than normal. I think the Saturday shows they got about another month to go before Sabbath ends too late to make them viable, right? Because again, I'm offline, right? So people ask me, what is it you can and can't do on Sabbath, right? It's like everything. It's a can of bloody worms. It's essentially the 39 different types of labor that were done to build the Jewish temple. Any version of that, right? You are prohibited doing. So, what the main one is transferring fire, which is directly using electricity. So we set things up on time switches, but generally we don't like turn on light switches and things like that. However, if there's some kind of like physical need, you do. So like since the war started, everybody's walking around with phones now because they have to know about about alerts and things like that. If there's a red alert wherever you are, we've all got to know about that, right? So most people carry phones. Plus, really nice this week. My son, I think I mentioned this on Thursday. My younger son is home for the weekend from Gaza. I think I did say it's on Thursday, right? On Thursday, he told me that that UN office, right, the UNRWA office that had a massive Hamas base underneath it. It was him. It was his tank that captured it, right? I was like, okay, he was the first one in. Oh man, hang on 1 second. That reminds me. Well, 1 second. I have to get somebody to bring this down and show you, which is really mind blowing, right? It's really genuinely mind blowing. Oh, I got somebody who got to bring that down as well. Okay, 1 second. Two things, because again, I don't have enough time after Sabbath end. Sabbath ended at 6:05, so I got to do the evening prayer. That takes about 5-10 minutes, and then I come and set up the stream for Rumble. Rumble's got a whole new thing where you don't have to set up the stream every time. I haven't tested it out yet. Maybe I'll give it a go tomorrow. Right, so I've got to set up the stream for Rumble, so I get the link of the stream, right, and then I put that in all the email, the email that goes out on my Substack. Please sign up my Substack. Oh, hopefully this will start to be finished up this week on Substack, right? If you want this book, Millennial Rights, a AI book, and we're going to talk about a lot about AI tonight. AI book on tape, read by Colin Baker, and AI Colin Baker. It's on my Substack in the videos. Go like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are freaking good. I never tell you to do that. And I'm always a schmuck because that's what I should tell you to do. Anyway, I digress. What was I up to? What was I talking about? Sabbath going out. Oh yeah, fine. So I make up so I get the link for the Rumble, and then I put it into the tweets I send out to promote the show. And then so by that time, it's like 6:25, right? And for me, the show starts at 7 because I'm 2 hours ahead of you. So, and I like, a little bit of time to go and see what's going on in the world. I really haven't seen that much. There's actually a few stories going on. I forgot it was Gallifrey 1. Man, do you remember when Gallifrey 1 used to be cool? Right? We'd be, I'd love to go to Galley 1. Nobody gives a shit anymore, do they? It's essentially, they said, we only want the right type of people, the right people on the right side of history. And so now you got a bunch of purple-haired losers without jobs, right, who go there. And they talk about how wonderful and inclusive they are while telling everybody to get the hell out. So then you got to do this like little service called Havdalah to you take it out Sabbath, but now you got to like bring in the week. So the Havdalah service, it's a short one. I do it around our kitchen table. You have wine. And you have spices, like some smelly spices, not the good kind. And you have a candle made of 3 candles woven together, right? So you see this thing like, separating from weekday to a Sabbath. And then you drink a bit of the wine and you pour the wine out over the candle to put it out. And you smell the spices, the whole thing, right? The whole thing. So I came upstairs to do that, 6:25, 35 minutes. Like, I like to be sitting here 30 minutes before the show starts so I can collect my thoughts, right? Because I got a lot of thoughts there to collect. Didn't get there. Went upstairs and my wife was saying, the table broke. I said, what table? I said, in the living room. We have a big dining room table. And I'm like, how the hell did that break? I get upstairs and it's not the dining room table. It's like an end table. Which like these, it's like these cool. It has a glass top, whatever IKEA thing, whatever. We have no idea how it broke, so they're freaking out trying to clean it. I'm looking at my watch and go, oh my god, I need to prepare for my show. My public needs me. I wasn't saying that. This was just going on in my head, right? But I was thinking that. I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do? Right? So I just got down in time. Anyway, the Saturday shows. The days are numbered because Sabbath is going out later and later and later. And so it's going to get to a point in a few weeks where that I'm just going to be like looking at the news with you for the first time, right? You're going to see me reacting to whatever went down. And I expect the times to be changing pretty soon in many ways, right? Just as the clocks are going to be changing, I expect the times to be changing. Right now, it's there's a how many weeks is it? 6 weeks? 6-week period in normal years and an 8-week period in leap years. We're in a Jewish leap year right now called Shovavim, right? Shovavim is where the creative energy, that building block of creative energy that creates the reality in which we live, comes into this reality. Comes in after Christmas, Hanukkah time, right? That's when it enters in, and it's a time when if you're not aware of it, right, that creative energy could be used for good, could be used for evil, right? I think that creative energy is being used to take down the world, right? To dismantle the world in which we're living in, and I'm seeing lots and lots of examples of that. Firstly. There's a thing going on in New York which is fascinating me. Absolutely fascinating. What's it called again? In Georgia, which is absolutely fascinating, which is the Trump racketeering case. So this DA brought these charges against Trump, which were nonsense. They were like insane nonsense. And there's no legal basis for them whatsoever, but it doesn't really matter, right? Because they're the people in charge, right? And they don't give a damn about the law, right? They have complete control of the government, the judiciary, and they're like, we're just going to screw you over. Same in New York, right? Same thing happened in New York. I just saw since Sabbath ended that Trump was accused of fraud. I mean, this is how insane it is. He was accused of fraud by the DA. They had to change the laws to be able to try him. The fraud he was accused of is borrowing money for a building project. And all the money was paid back along the term satisfactorily, but they said that he inflated the worth of his Mar-a-Lago estate to act as collateral. And that he says that Mar-a-Lago estate was worth about 18 million. Excuse me. There's a bit of land. There's like a house next to it, which is what 1/50th the size, which is worth like 20 million, right? And then they've got the big hotel on that, and it's a very high end business. It's worth $1 billion at least. So anyway, they decide, no, you're guilty without a trial. Oh, you are guilty, right? And so they just ordered him to pay 354 million. Doesn't sound good. Same thing in Georgia. It didn't sound good. This woman, Fannie Willis, indicted him. That's where the mugshot that's basically making him president came from, right? She indicted him on politically motivated bullshit, and it's not going well for us. See, that's where I think this year is going. I think we're going to see everybody, on the wrong side of history throw everything they can at the Donald, and we're going to watch it all implode, like these two examples. So, for some reason, the DA Fannie Willis was on the stand, right? They got her on the stand about something to do with this, and she absolutely blew herself up, right? She completely blew herself up. It is so bizarre. Let me show you the clip. It's good. It's like when I watch this, I go, did that really happen? Right? And for me, this is the only thing that would make this clip make any sense is the existence of God, like running everything. Otherwise,
in my house. So for me to tell you the source of when it comes from, when you go to Publix and you buy something, you get $50, you throw it in there. It's been my whole life. When I took out a large amount of money on my first campaign, I kept some of the cash of that.
Yeah, so that's illegal, darling, right? That's called embezzlement. I can't remember, but that's like a serious crime, right? That looks like it's gonna bring her down, right? Look, like it's imploded. It blew up in her own face. Same thing with this thing in New York, which I don't think is going to fly. The 354 million he's been ordered to pay. Trump wealth just increased 3 billion because of True Social. I would love him to be able to liquidate 354 million from his shares in True Social. And say, here you go, and then go back to Twitter. That would be freaking hilarious. But yeah, I think everything we're going to see is just blow up in the face, and we're watching it happen in real time, right? We are watching the crumbling of, well, both society, but also I think the people who control society. We're watching the absolute and I think that's tied into the Kabbalistic time that we're in. So this period, Shovavim Tut, because it's longer during leap years, ends next week, right? Also, it's my mother's Yortzeit, which is the anniversary of her passing on Monday, I think. Yeah, which is a relatively big deal. So, so like by the time we finish this period, also I think reality is mapped onto the serialization of the Old Testament that we read every week in shul. So right now, we basically had the story of the Exodus and the creation of the Jewish people, which I think again it's parallel to the creation of holiness in the real world through this new energy coming in. So what was I up to? So the was it creating new energy coming? Well, oh man, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, wait, I'll get it back. Oh, right. So now we're up to a bit. We're into this week and next week's ones. Actually, the next few weeks, nobody understands whatsoever. Right? This week was all about creating the vessels for the Jewish temple, the Ark of the Covenant, for example. There's a bunch of different stuff like that. And if you know it well, it explains to you the mechanics, as the metaphysical mechanics of reality. Like, the way that you have they have a menorah, which is like a light thing, signs that there's a table in there, and the table is representative of your financial well-being or the financial well-being of the world, and the menorah, the candelabra, is representative of God's light in the world, right? And that reminds me, I got it here. Let me see if we can get anybody bring this down. One second, because I would like to show you. I should have sent this message just now before I started. But again, I didn't have enough bloody time, right? Not enough time. Okay. Here we go. Hello, Team Lebetkin. How you doing? I'm in the middle of a live stream right now, literally right now. And I would really like to show people the thing that Ari got at the Kiddush today that the kids made for him. There was 2 things. If you could bring that down. Also, in my Gemara, which is on the shelf with the other Gemaras, there's a Torah tidbits in there. If anybody could bring that down for me, that would be Fandabby double dosing. Fandabby. Also, a little bit more water. I didn't refill my water bottle when before I started. That would be fan. If somebody could bring me a care package with all the above in, that would be lovely. Really nice. There you go. Doink. Let's see if anyone's going to do it. My money's on no. My money is totally on no. But we will find out. So yeah, and then my other son was also out of gas. Oh, this was really cute. Let me see if I can find this. Where was it? Was it on? Man, I hate WhatsApp. I just really hate it with every fiber I'm being, right? I genuinely do. Where is it? Okay, fine. So this is funny. Here, 1 second. Share screen. Chrome tab. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Doink. So this is my newly married son, right? Whose hair is just out of control. And he's been in Gaza for a few weeks now, right? It's been like sometimes. Every time I try and move to here, 1 second. Doink. I'll do it that way. Wait. There you go. So he's been in Gaza for a few weeks now. And his young wife would like him to come home, frankly, and not be killed horribly. We're all kind of on board for that, frankly. Anyway, so he's a commander. So he wrote on this rubble, Titliki etza dude, let's turn on the hot water. I need Derek, I'm on the way. Big heart, right? Big heart. And then here. Look at his hair. He hasn't had a haircut since October 7th, right? He hasn't had a haircut, and he must have picked up some kind of spoil, some kind of booty from Gaza, and he's having a cigarette. I didn't even think it was that much of it's not that much of a smoker, but I figure when you're in combat, it's okay. I have no idea what it is he has. It looks like no good, but man, look at the hair he's got going on. Well done there, that man. So he's coming around soon. Basically, just say hello to my wife. My wife plutzes. Well, I do as well. You don't sleep when your kids are in combat, man. You do not sleep. Anyway, let's keep going with the general thing. The disintegration of society, right? That's what we're talking about. So this is really funny by Jack Puzzabek tying into this. Funny when you test me. So what was it? Let me see. He had a quote with this tweet. What if we start using AI to clarify the news? Hashtag Fannie Willis testimony evokes long-standing frustrations for black women leaders. What? You just incriminated yourself in a crime. Donald Trump's unprecedented fine evokes long-standing frustration for white male leaders. I guess you're using AI, right? I guess you're using AI. I guess that's what's going down. But yeah, look, society is very clearly degenerating, crumbling. So I saw these couple of videos, which I think really brings that point home. Tucker Carlson in Russia. People are freaking out, right? People are freaking out Tucker Carlson in Russia. To me, it sounds like good journalism, frankly. Where are we up to 5? So this is this one, which blows my mind.
I went from amused to legitimately angry. So we were guessing what this would cost. Everybody hears from the United States buys groceries.
By the way, do you notice there's no purple-haired weirdos throwing stuff off the shelves saying, "Get rid of the Israeli merchandise! Death to Jews!" You know, so that's not going on there in Russia.
And we didn't pay any attention to costs.
I mean, admittedly, there aren't any Jews left. But, that's probably why.
We were just putting in the cart what we would actually eat over a week. And we all came in around $400, about $400. It was $104 US here. And that's when you start to realize that ideology maybe doesn't matter as much as you thought, corruption. If you take people's standard of living and you tank it through filth and crime and inflation, and they literally can't buy the groceries they want, that point, maybe it matters less what you say or whether you're a good person or a bad person. You're wrecking people's lives in their country, and that's what our leaders have done to us.
I can't disagree with him in any way. And there's a weird thing in the religious, in the secular religious world, they do not trust Tucker Carlson at all. They think he is an anti-Semite, right? I don't think he's an anti-Semite. I really, genuinely do not, right? I think he's an isolationist. I think he's America first. I think he's appalled what's happened to his country. I don't get the vibe he doesn't like Jews, right? A little less so from Candace Owens, who I think, look, the black community, like the Muslim community as well, have lots of cultural anti-Semitism, right? They have a lot of cultural anti-Semitism. Which I think, it's very hard to like scrape that off, especially if you're not aware of it. So I think there might be anti-Semitic influence on Candace Owens. But Tucker Carlson, I just don't hear it at all, right? I do not hear it at all.
And coming to a Russian grocery store, the heart of evil, and seeing what things cost and how people live, it will radicalize you against our leaders. That's how I feel anyway, radicalized. We're not making any of this up, by the way, at all.
Yeah, I know. And people are freaking out like, oh, you're carrying water for Putin. No, he's telling the truth, right? And look, Putin is almost certainly a bad guy. Never met him, right? Almost certainly a bad guy. But I don't think he's any worse than Biden or Cameron or any, like literally any of them. You want to tell me Rishi Sunak has a higher character than Vladimir Putin? I don't believe you. I think he's more of a pussy. But I don't believe it. And I think this video really brings it home, right? Mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. Doink.
To understand a society is through its infrastructure, the places where people gather, the places where they go to travel. If you've got a lot of people in one place, it tells you a lot about the people. So with that in mind, we're standing in front of the Kievskaya metro station, and there's a train station next to it. Now, the metro station was built by Joseph Stalin 70 years ago. And the question is, how's it doing now?
It can't be doing as bad as the New York subway. And I've been to England in, how many years is it? Was it 50th anniversary? It might be 10 years. I haven't been to England in a long time, right? For a long time. I can't imagine the tube's doing any better.
After 70 years. So we went into it to take a look, and what we found shocked us. Now, that's not an endorsement of Stalin, who was bad, obviously, nor is it an endorsement of the current president, Vladimir Putin. You may not like him either.
No, it's a indictment of our current leaders, right? Wait till you see this train station.
But it doesn't change the reality of what we saw, or more precisely, didn't see. There's no graffiti, there's no filth, there are no foul smells, there are no bums or drug addicts or rapists or people waiting to push you onto the train tracks and kill you. No. It's perfectly clean and orderly. And how do you explain that? We're not even going to...
I mean, that really is a question. It's a totalitarian regime. I'm not arguing with you there, right? How do you explain that? Why is their standard of living so much better, right? One second. I have a care package coming. Thank you, my darling. Oh, and water, everything. You okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. 1 second. Fine. So somebody did deliver it. I was quite impressed. I'll show you after this, right? This is wild.
Yes. That's not our job. We're only going to ask the question. And if your response is to shout at us slogans dumber than the slogans we used to call Soviet and mock, that's not really an answer.
It's an avoidance of an answer.
How does Russia, a country we're told is a gas station with nuclear weapons, have a subway station that normal people use to get to work and home every single day?
In the 80s, when we looked at Russia, it was like, oh, it has a shitty standard of living compared to us. The West is so much better, right? Do you remember that? Yes, we do remember that.
That's nicer than anything in our country. We're not going to speculate. We're just going to raise the question and wait for someone in charge to give us an answer.
They're not gonna, Tucker, mate. They're not gonna.
What is the answer? So we'll stop the lecture and let you take a look for yourself at what the Kievskaya metro station in Moscow, Russia looks like today, February 2024, in the middle of a war. Here it is.
I mean, put the music on is it's a bit manipulative there, Tucker, mate, but it does the trick. I'll take the music off because I'll probably end up copywriting, blocking it. But look at this place. This, to me, talks of love and pride for your own society. Something that is so deeply lacking, right? I mean, look, you have all these like anti-Semitic marches going on every week in London and throughout England and America, calling for Jewish genocide, right? People jumping on the war memorials just have no respect for the culture of your country or your civilization, right? And even, they were born there, and I would say they're part of that civilization. But like you can see the social decay, right? You can see the social decay. Whereas there, you again, it's a totalitarian state. I don't believe they have free elections, which I think is terrible. Also, I don't think America does either. I don't think there's anything you can say on a moral basis about Russia that there isn't equally bad with America right now. It's just, it's but at least Russia, you have, at least the bloody trains were on time. But yeah, honestly, it's, I think, very indicative. Fine. So before we get to the chat, I wanted to show you this thing. So, in the news, you'll often see talking heads saying, the Israelis are performing a genocide on the and we are kicking their asses. Don't get me wrong, we are kicking their asses. My son who's home thinks that most hostages are alive and in Rafah. Right, the place where everyone's saying, no, don't go into Rafah. Don't go. Oh, that'll be bad. Oh, you'll never beat Hamas by going to Rafah. Don't go into Rafah. Fuck you, cunt. Fuck you, cunt. We're going into Rafah. We're going into Rafah. We're going to get as many of the hostages out, and we're going to eliminate Hamas. That is going to happen. Anyway, just about every what's the word I'm looking for? Every argument against Israel is all based on the evil Israeli soldier, bloodthirsty, the evil Jew wants to kill as many Palestinians as possible. Oh my God, 30,000 are dead. That means including what? 20,000 children, 12,000 children. Excuse me. How do you know? Because Hamas told you. No, it's the UN. It's the UN. Well, the UN told Hamas, and the UN believed them, and also the UN and Hamas worked together. And also, how many of them are 12-year-olds with dollies, and how many of them are 17-year-olds with the Kalashnikovs? So we have a very different view in the Jewish world. So my son was home, and somebody gave him this package. Right, this package came through was made by school kids in America for the soldiers, right? And they put all this stuff in dude wipes, there's great stuff in it. This Advil, my son was saying we have like things like this all over our. People send this stuff all over our tank. Do you mind if I bring down the other one? The other one had a really nice note on it, right? He had got beef jerky in it, right? Like this is from America to here, right? This isn't even local. We view our soldiers not just as intensely moral, but heroes, and they are bloody heroes. They absolutely are heroes. So did my wife bring down the other thing? Oh, so the other one was a chocolate bar. It had this really sweet note written on it. It said, "Thank you for protecting us." Right? This is how we view the IDF. And also, look, the IDF. To me, they're like Thunderbirds. Whenever there's a problem in the world, they go there and they sort it out. So. Yeah, this is the last thing. So this magazine comes out each week. Torah Tidbits, right? Torah is the name of the Bible scroll. It's like everything about Judaism is encapsulated in the word Torah. Torah, right? He's like that. So wait a minute. One of the interesting things about it. Firstly, there's this thing going on about Barrel Wine. He's actually a really good historian, right? If you're interested in history, Barrel Wine knows the stuff. Another guy, Ken Spiro, also. If you're interested in history. But look at the series he's doing. Man, this is depressing. February 17th, anti-Semitism in the Bible. Well, it goes back a while. Then 24th, anti-Semitism in the Greek period. Anti-Semitism in under the Romans. Anti-Semitism in the early Christian period. Anti-Semitism in medieval times. Anti-Semitism, and like this is how many weeks here? Eight Saturday nights. Anti-Semitism in medieval anti-Semitism during the Enlightenment, Marxist anti-Semitism, and anti-Semitism today. Man, that is not a happy. That's not a happy. Happy little story. So anyway, basically it's ads and people writing stuff about the bit in the Bible that we're reading this week. So yeah, this one. So this one here amazed me because normally these things are shit, right? These things are I don't want to denigrate them, but they're not really. I never read anything in them. I go, oh, I agree with that completely, right? Normally it's like mainstream, really boring bollocks, right? That's how I would describe it. Mainstream boring bollocks. So this one really had a good point. It said the title of the article is called "The Three Wars," and it said there are 3 wars going on right now, and I fundamentally believe this to be true. Right, first we have the war in Gaza, forced upon us, but also the second war is the media war, right, where they say "You evil Jews, right? And I think it's good to push back against that, right? So that's the second one. But then he ties it into a third one, which again I fundamentally believe in, right? I fundamentally believe in, which is wokeism. Wokeism is our conflict. It's where we were to. It's why we're here, right? Because So I was saying this over to somebody today, and they are slightly woke, and they're like, "Oh, wokeism." I said, "Listen, if I can watch a Superman TV show without him sucking a dick, I will be happy." It's all about sucking dicks, unless you're a girl. But girls also have dicks now, so it's like, stop with your woke bollocks. So you're pretending wokeism isn't around, which is their go-to thing, right? Because whenever they say something's not there, whenever they say there's no evidence for that at all. There's that Russian collusion was admitted by the FBI. There's no evidence for that at all. That means there is a preponderance of evidence that you can't answer, right? Absolutely. So, so then he ties it into coming on the Messianic Age, which I think is coming, right? With this Shovavim period, right? Which is Shovavim today, which is ending 1 week from now, right? 1 week from now, and then the book of Exodus, which ends with it's called the Mishkan. It was like the traveling Jewish temple being set up for the first time, and the clouds of God's glory coming down and resting upon it, right? It was a union between man and God in a very intimate way. So I'm just hoping. So that's in how many weeks? That's 3 months. So that's 3 weeks from now, right? 3 weeks from now, I'm hoping, and right after that is the 3 weeks from now. What are we up to? So 1 week from now, it's when this finishes. It's called Purim Katan. It's a mini version, because it's a leap year, mini version of this insane holiday we're gonna have a month later. But I think by the time we get that, hopefully, please, we'll be in a Messianic era, or Messianic era is coming. So how does this tie into wokeism, the war on wokeism? Because he compares the becoming of a Messianic age to the rising of the sun, which is, it's not just for the Jews, right? Yeah, it might be our guy, but it's not just it's for the world. It's for everyone. It's to bring light to this seemingly impenetrable darkness that has enveloped the world over the last several years. So that's why I hope for it every day. Why? Because I would like to see it, but also I would like to see Doctor Who without chicks with dicks being like such a prominent thing in it. I would like to see anything without chicks with dicks. And it's not, oh, you can't stand trans people existing. No, I don't mind them existing. I do mind them screaming at me in my face constantly. Yeah, I do get somewhat irritated by that. And so hopefully this dark era of insanity is coming to an end. And I've been saying that for years, but maybe like a stop clock, one day I'll be right. Well, at least twice a day I can be right. Okay. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let us get to the chat. First. Pull up some eye candy. What was the thumb? Oh, right, we got an X-Files thumb. I tell you, Gillian Anderson Gillian Anderson is a very good AI model. Wait, do I have any more of them? Where is it? Was it this one? That's Mulder. Mulder, I did him via Midjourney, which doesn't let you do anything. I don't know, a bit risque, right? And then I face swapped him again, and he came out more like David Duchovny. So anyway, these are the rejected ones. So interestingly, right, you have these like suspenders going all the way up and down her body, which I think kind of works, quite frankly. Man, Gillian Anderson's hot, right? It just comes out very good, Gillian. But that's because I wrote stocking with lingerie, stockings, and suspenders, and that's why we got like this weird, like lots of braces going on. That's the weakest one, right? But again, not so terrible, right? We'll come back to this in a minute after I get to the chat, because the first thing we're going to talk about is the developments in AI. Which means a lot to us, right? Which means a hell of a lot to us. Fine, with that, let's get to the chat. Paul Towson is here. How you doing, Paul Towson? You just got banned from Twitter. Okay, Paul, may I give you a bit of advice? My main account, Biblical Comics, was banned from Twitter. Does it say why? Hang on. Oh, my God. Because you said Owen Joe should be more careful. He sports as much. We'll put him on their genocide list. Yeah, they disingenuously said that was a threat of violence when it obviously wasn't. Right? So, here's what happened with me. It was the Jest of Oil people. One of them getting the tar beaten out of them. I'm like, I wish you would. Yeah, I wish that guy went to all of them. It's something along that lines is what I said. And they just completely closed my account. Like they banned the account, a permaban. I was like, what? And then, so like that's when I started up my new account. I had the new. I had the new account. I had that account from before, so I started using that instead. But then a few months later, I saw somebody else had their account restored, so I appealed again, got it back straight away. Right? It's just you got the wrong nerd there right now, right? And I think Elon Musk is doing his best to clean that out, mate. So I think you could probably get it back. They should offer you to delete the tweet, but it might take some time. For that reason, always have a backup Twitter account, because they are prone to do that much more than any other social media that I've noticed. Colin Archer's here. Doing Colin Archer, thank you for joining us. Darren M is here. How you doing, Darren M? The Soldering is here. Yes, they should have casted Doomsday as the Doctor, because she's so studied and so brave to make fun of those icky crybaby fans. Oh, icky thump. Yes. We're gonna be looking at Doomsday as well. Like, man, that is a shit show. Oy vey, that is a shit show. Mr. Jekyll and Hyde is here. Mr. Jekyll and Hyde. Jonathan Cox is here. To review it yourself. How you doing? Review it yourself. Thank you for joining us. We've got to get back together again at some point. Let me know what it is. I saw that you saw Dalek Invasion of the Earth. Can you let us know in the chat? Did you watch it with the new effects or the original effects? I thought the new effects on that one were spot on, right? For me, it very much enhanced my viewing. When you get to watching Ark in Space, I just go with the new effects on that one. I beg of you, right? That's the one where I think it's one of the ones where it works the best. What ones do work the best? Like Enlightenment really works badly. Strangely enough, right? That special edition of Enlightenment really works badly. I would have hoped it'd be better. What can you do? That Dragon Slayer is it? Have you really slayed dragons? Hello, I'm just finishing rewatching the two Doctors starring the most beautiful, amazing Perigelian Bound. Oh God, she's so hot. She is just so crazily hot, right? What day is it? Where do I have the intro with me? I can't fast forward it to get to the right spot, but I have. Oh wait, I know where this is. Fine, as we're talking about Nicola Bryant being so insanely hot, right? Where is it? There we go, doink. No, I'm on the wrong drive. I guess it's in the two Doctors Blu-ray folder. That's my guess, right? That is my guess. You know what I've been watching recently because I mentioned it on the show? A Very Peculiar Practice. I started to go through that again. Man, that is a good show, right? That is a good show. Two Doctors, HD. Wavelength Trials Continuity, Extended, Robert Holmes. Photo Guide, Panopticon takes Nicola Bryant, footsteps in the footsteps of two Doctors. No, in a fixed on hiatus report. Convention footage with... Oh, here we go. This is awesome.
Right, stand by. We're still recording. 563B, take 2. And very quiet, studio. No.
After you.
Well, see, there's a bit where she addresses the audience. Is it from this one? Here we go.
I'm off on holiday.
Yeah, doing this now, Fraser.
Get the lights on her!
Right. Are we ready?
I'm ready, baby. Super ready. This is a weird job to have. Maybe we want to take that off, Perry. Yeah, Nicola, you look a bit hot. Maybe take that off.
All right.
I'm a bit perfect on this, but her cleavage is perfect. Oh my God, you could put your drink there. Oh, I mean, not a cup of tea, but a glass of wine.
Yeah. I can't. I've been told to move this way.
Now, I get the vibe that they were stooping each other, but I get the vibe with that with everybody with Fraser Hines, right? But I do get the vibe they were stooping each other. Although she was married at the time, wasn't she?
That's all right, yes.
Can you come to your right? That's it.
Then I can just reach.
I'll just reach and get a little bit closer there, Nicola. No need to worry.
All right, lovely. Right, should we start recording, please? We are recording, right. Very quiet, studio. Very quiet.
I'm being very quiet, okay? I'm concentrating.
Nicola and Fraser's apology, take 1.
Apology.
Hello to all you Doctor Who fans. I'm speaking to you from the set of The Two Doctors, and I just want to say I'm very sorry I can't be with you. But
I mean, that whole American thing had just totally fallen by the wayside by then.
I'm going on holiday. So I hope maybe we'll see you next year.
I hope so too. Again, I'm very enamored there, Perry.
And I can't join you either because
I'm going on holiday too.
I'm going on holiday with her. No, not really. I'm going to have
No, I really am.
a well-earned holiday on the planet of Mallorca. But I'm sure you'll have a smashing day that day at Bloomsbury. And we hope to see you maybe at the next one. See you then.
There you go. Again, I just get the vibe they're stripping. I do.
Thank you. On the table, please.
But I bet Nicholas heard that a few times. There you go, Dragon Slayer. You said the right words to me. Paul Tussler, Japan is banning Muslims from owning business or home. Bloody hell. Can't remember which country, but there is one that is destroying mosques. Oh, bloody hell. Another one withdrew permission to build one. Well, that goes against my morals to a great extent. But, gee, the practicalities of it, I think I also see. I'm still enjoying Masters of the Sky, by the way. Just fantastic aerial footage. That stuff is awesome, right? It's absolutely fantastic. Although the main character apparently died in episode 4, but you haven't seen him be dead yet. They're bringing him back at some point. I thought they'd bring him back this week, but I mean, they got 5 episodes to go. Really good. I'm really enjoying Master of the Air. Northwestern ported all Muslim prisoners, leaving prisons half empty, and a drop of 70% in crime. Man. I agree with your next comment, Paul Desert. I'm not going to say it out loud. It will be used against me. OPM sounds like Mackenzie from The Inbetweeners. Yes, he does. Bloody hell. I didn't really. Yes, he does. You have nailed that. Right. Speaking of funny things, I've just found out today, right? And I've been banned from ever mentioning it. I don't know how I can. My son's got an engagement party coming up in a couple of weeks. That's the younger one who's not married. His fiance's sister's name is Dickler. I'm like, what? Dickler. Her name's Dickler? Hello, Dickler. Hello. I'm like, what the hell? I'm just imagining a penis with a little Hitler moustache dressed in a Nazi outfit. Dickler, right? I don't know. Apparently you don't pronounce it. It's Dickler. It's not it, Dickler. No, that's Dickler, baby. Oh, God. What if one of my grandkids are called Dickler? What am I going to do? Right? I'm never not going to... Hello, Dickler. I'm never not going to be able to laugh at that. Right? I'm sorry. Look, I'm only made of flesh and blood, mate. I don't know what you want at me, right? I don't know what you want at me. Fair enough. My favorite Doctor Who story is Five Doctors. Good choice. I love the Five Doctors. Although I would say Five Doctors isn't really more of a Doctor Who story, more of a Doctor Who celebration. It's a story as well, but more of a celebration. What's my favorite Doctor Who story? I don't know. That's crazy. I don't think I will be able to think about it. Welcome to Doctor Who ends when Doctor Who is taken off the air and there's no getting back to normal Doctor Who this way. Au contraire, my friend, I will show you something that will give you hope, right? You know, do you remember Captain Kirk and what's his name? Dr. Carol Marcus, right? After Spock died in the end of Star Trek 2, they were seeing the Genesis planet form and said, I feel young. That's how we're all going to feel, baby. That's how we're going to feel. Gillian certainly has the X Factor dressed like that, right? Yeah, she does, says Falcon out. Look, Gillian Anderson just drips sexiness. She is unbelievably sexy. Didn't she have a dress with lots of... Here, what's it? Gillian Anderson vagina dress, right? I think Gillian Anderson vagina dress. Okay, it came right up. Let's see if I can find a video about it. 1 second. Let me see if I can download it. I'm looking for the interview with it. Because the interview is like, I think it's on brand. Yeah, 1 second. Let's see if I can find it. Is that the right one? Oh, this might be it. Golden Globes. So she had a dress with vaginas embroidered all over. Oh, this must be it. This is it. Right, so we go download. Yeah, Gillian is just sexy. I mean, she is just super duper sexy. She exudes sexiness. I think, is it because she's like really, really super smart? And she does come across as being really super smart. Uninhibited. There's a lot I like about Gillian Anderson. What can I tell you? But she still turns me on incredibly, right? And I'm sure she's very, very, very glad to hear it, right? I'm sure she's like, oh, I was worried. The rabbi doesn't perv over me. I do, darling. I do. Relax. Is this a bit here? Let me see if I can find it. Download. Doink.
The dress is designed by Gabriella Hearst.
Yes.
And it has vaginas over it.
So, female anatomy, can we say?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you choose this?
Oh, for so many reasons. What do you think?
I think this is sexy, right? It's like this self-assurity, beauty. How old is she? She's in like 60s now? And sense of humor, right? All these things are very sexy.
For so many reasons. It's brand appropriate.
Brand appropriate!
Very good, I like it. Thank you very much. Take care.
God bless her. I've got another video of her in a vagina dress. Like, why would you get a vagina dress if you were like? She knows how fucking sexy she is.
Things you would probably think of when you see sex educator Gillian Anderson wearing this custom ivory corseted gown by Gabriella Hearst is how gorgeous and elegant she looks in this old Hollywood glamour-inspired dress. And the embroidery details,
I mean, it does go straight to my spank bank. That is true.
Which to me at first seem like florals, but upon closer inspection, it's actually individual embroidered vulvas of the female anatomy.
Okay, well done. She looks good hitter, in all fairness. The truth is out there. The truth is in my pants, darling. The truth is in my knickers. Out there. If I was raising my bra would be rising by magic. Yeah, no, exactly. I never been able to get an answer of who Rabbi thinks is the best assistant without using who he's most attracted to as a main man. Oh, Mr. Jekyll and Hyde, you just came up with such a freaking tangent. Who's the best assistant without using? I mean, sexiness is a very important thing. Look, it's hard to see beyond Perry's sexiness because she's so much freaking sexiness, right? She's just so insanely hot. Don't be bad for mentioning they goes on set. I can't say it to her, or they can't hear me say it. But okay, let's go through it. So Susan, Bob. Okay, I'm just thinking of screwing Susan and Barbara together right now. No, Barbara, don't. No, Susan, don't do it that way. I guess Ian will be wearing a gimp costume in the background. So Susan, Barbara, Ian, Vicky. They're all kind of the same right now. I mean, Jamie, maybe Ben, Polly, and then Stephen. I like Stephen Taylor, but I like him more for his post-Doctor Who stuff. Stephen, Ben, Polly, Jamie. Oh, Dodo. Well, here's the thing. I didn't really like Dodo on screen, but I really like Lauren Cornelius' Dodo. That's a much, but again, she's very standard, right? That doesn't stand out as like, the greatest companion. Not the worst either. Jamie's the winner so far, right? Victoria, Zoe. Then we have Liz Shaw, Joe Grant. Okay. Jamie, Joe Grant. They're in they're in the top echelons. Jamie, Joe Grant, Sarah Jane Smith. See, I think Sarah Jane. While I love her, I think she was a really great addition to that era, but I don't think she was. I think she was the weakest part of that era, right? I think you had Tom Baker, Hinchcliffe Holmes, Liz Sladen, right? And I love Liz Sladen, but the Hinchcliffe Holmes, Tom Baker, there's so much more important there. So I can't put her in. She's not up there with Jamie and Joe Grant. However, you know who might actually be the best companion. But I think, okay, the winner right now, Leela. 100%. I love Leela. I mean, that's a fascinating performance. And I watched Face of Evil recently, and with her talking about how she came up with the character is really interesting, because I love the way she plays it. Right? She said she based it a little bit on a very confident 6-year-old child in a block of flats. I think, who was just like didn't realize she couldn't do anything, which I like. Yes, the naivety of Leela is really great. The whole Pygmalion thing going with the Fourth Doctor, I think that was fantastic. So Leela's the winner by far right now. Let's see who else there is. So after Leela, I like Romana 1. Romana 2 kind of gets on my tits a bit. But do I like Romana 1 because I think Mary Tam is super hot? Okay, Romana 1 really comes into her own, I think, at Rebus Operation. Her first story is probably her best one. Look, again, looks fabulous. Oh my God, she looks so good. Was it Conor saying Sarah Jane Smith? I hear what you're saying, right? But for me, it's Leela just eclipses her big time. Okay, so then, sorry, we did Romana 1, Romana 2. No, Leela's still the winner. Then we got Adric, Nissa, and Tegan. No, Leela's by far the best. Totally by far the best. And then we have who came after that? Turlo. Leela still beats her. Perry. I think Leela beats Perry as well. I think, but again, she's so freakishly hot. It's very hard to concentrate. Then there's Mel, I like her more for a post-Doctor Who. But Ace, So Ace and Leela are the two best so far, by far, right? The Seventh Doctor Ace companionship was one of the best Doctor companionships ever, right? I like Lucy Miller a lot, but do you count her? Okay, so you got Leela, Ace, Lucy Miller. Then Rose, I'm going to say no. Even though I like the way she kind of reinvented the companion role to a certain extent. And Amy Pond's up there as well. Yeah, because the strength of that writing of her story was just beautiful. Right, so we're in the top four right now. Jamie, Leela, Ace, Amy Pond. And then Clara, no. And Bill Potts, not bad, but Bill Potts is better than most, I think, right? And then you got Millie Gibson, who I haven't really seen enough of yet, but they're firing her, so it doesn't really matter. So fine, the top four are Jamie, Leela, Ace, and Amy Pond. So Amy Pond goes at the bottom. It's a tough one. Which is better, Jamie, Ace, or Leela? And do you throw the Brigadier in as well? I mean, the Brigadier wins hands down, I think, at that point. I didn't do the Paternoster gang. I don't know. So I can narrow it down to those four, right? I can narrow it down to those four. Melanie Bush was great. Okay, you want to hear really great, Mel? Let me find this for you. Where is it? Oh, we got to talk about that stuff as well, don't we? Where is it? I think it's this one. Oh, there you go. Yeah, share screen. I've recommended this a few times because it's really, if you like what they're doing with if you like the season 24 Sylvester McCoy, but wanted it to be more refined and basically better storytelling, right? This one really nails it, right? This is like the pre-Dark Doctor, but with Mel. Fathers of Vulcan, really great historical, written by Steve Lyons. Excellent, right? Excellent. This is Mel, one of the best ones. Also, you want to hear great Mel? Where is it? So how much is that? $377. Man, such good value. That's and also $377. He jests at scars. That's if the Valiard won the Trial of the Time Lord, right? And who wrote that? It's such a good Gary Russell. Man, that was Gary Russell, totally on form, right? Totally on form. That's probably one of his best scripts. Share screen. Doink. Where is it? Where are we up to? Well, Sarah Jane the Weekend. Okay, Colin, comparing Sarah Jane to Hinchcliffe Holmes and Tom Baker, they're all brilliant, right? They're all brilliant, but Sarah Jane is. I could replace her, and it still would have been great, right? Im was a good, strong companion. I think you probably a point. Exactly, it's so hard. Right, she cried. It's so hard. Like, look, the sexuality is just such a big factor. I am a sexual being. What do you want at me? She would. Chris Gordon said, Leela, she would save his life as much as her. Yes, I agree. Well, I think that's always true. She does have very good legs. That is true. Burn the Heretics has got an archer. I don't want to tell you. Romana 1 had legs forever. Yes, she was born for Panto. If you're including books audio, Bernie Summerfield. Oh! See, I don't consider Bernie Summerfield a companion because she's like her own entity. Rose Noble. I forgot Rose, you're right. Oh, no, I think Donna no. Rose, oh, fuck off. No! Oh, you're such a beautiful girl. No, I'm fucking not. Look at my big fucking dick. I mean, can you imagine if John says that one day? Amy was the best New Who assistant, but to be fair, it's a pretty low bar. I don't know. I kind of like New Who assistants. None of them really bother me that much. Ramon had a problem that they didn't want to upstage the Doctor. That's true. River had a much worse problem. They wanted to always upstage the Doctor. That is also true, right? That is also true. So Mark Mills says Leela, Sarah Jane Smith, Perry, Captain Jack, and went on to Ass Kicking Futures. After that's true. I think more of them did. We just don't know. I mean, Stephen Taylor did, for example. And thank God he never became a space cow. That was just stupid. Anyway, we were saying that Doctor Who, it's never going to come out of this nosedive, right? Firstly, I think it will, right? Even though I thought it would come out with Rusty Davis, but I was wrong. And I'm still somewhat on the fence about that, right? I don't know. I still like the first 35 minutes of shooting. Well, I'm old enough to let you have your delusions, says Colin Archer. I guess for a moment it depends on your personal taste. Do you count one off, such as one of like Sarah Kingdom? Sarah Kingdom. If I count Sarah Kingdom, she's in the top 5. I like Sarah Kingdom a lot, right? But I also like Jean Marsh when she's been other characters in it as well. I like Sarah Kingdom a lot. So anyway, it's I've been saying for a long time that AI is going to allow us to make our own version of the show, right? And I'm very excited that the next iteration of that has reared its head. So I've been seeing this happen over the weekend of new versions of AI that what's it called? What we're saying. Animated AI, right? Blows my mind. So check this out. This is the first one. Again, apparently this is completely AI generated. I think it's incredible. Honestly, I think it's absolutely incredible. Let's look at that again. So I think if you could, it's certainly getting there, right? It's certainly getting there. So here's another one. So I just don't think we're far away from being able to make whatever we want, right? I mean, this is mind-blowing that this isn't real, right? I mean, look, speaking to somebody who likes AI a lot and uses it a lot, I do. But like, this will make filmmaking at the fingertips of literally anyone, right? Literally anyone. I believe the next one got community noted. Let's see if I can find it. Hang on. Fine. So here. Hang on. Share screen. Where is it? So this one over here. Here, we'll watch the video of it. But it says here, the end of Quebelcop AI, right? And so they've got community note by saying this post is about the announcement of Quebelcop 2.0 AI model, not the end of Quebelcop AI. Revealed it 2 minutes, 15 and 19 seconds in. But this is all AI. Is this all AI? 11 in Spanish. Well, let's look at it for ourselves, right? It says that the audio is. I think this is AI. I'm not sure.
I started my YouTube journey. My one and only goal was to entertain as many people as possible. To share.
Again, it's rough, right? I'm not saying it's not rough. It is totally rough. But I just think it has so much potential. Right, I really do. I mean, we could recreate the missing episodes. We can make new episodes. This blows my mind.
My joy with the world and to form new friendships. I had a lot of fun, from playing with my best friends to meeting completely new strangers and having a blast. And all of this while playing video games every single day. This was an absolute dream of mine. I would have never imagined anything better than this, and I wouldn't trade this in.
I think this is AI because it's not perfect by a long way.
For anything in the world. But even a dream job can't stop me from growing up and growing older. And this made me realize this is not something I'll be able to do for the rest of my life. There will always be a point where I'll end up quitting. That might be now, that might be 10 years from now, that might be 50 years from now.
Is he going to explain what's going on?
Now. So I decided to clone myself. I decided to make a virtual version of Kwebbelkop. However, I made a mistake. I thought that Kwebbelkop AI would be accepted and embraced.
Ah, so that's the AI. Well, again, I think it still seems interesting to me.
I thought people would love Kwebbelkop AI as much as I do, both for its exciting technology and its unbound creative potential. And a lot of you did. A lot of you loved it because you understood the vision and you saw where this could potentially go. But there was also a counter movement, a group of people who disliked everything.
I know, and people get so mad about them using AI. I think they should be using it at all. Conrad said, by the brig, of course, never travel with the Doctor outside of the unbound Big Finish. I tend to think of him as best companion that never. I think that's something we could agree on.
AI stands for, and who really honed in on the quality of the AI, who took every chance to criticize and judge my creativity, my team's hard work, and our storytelling. People who thought I was personally contributing to the end of content creation merely by working on this project.
So again, I don't see it being the end of it. I think this is being opening a door to be able to make a lot of really good content, and then it's going to be a complete meritocracy.
One of the arguments I kept hearing over and over was that they wanted to see me, the real me. But I kept thinking, this is the real me. This is my creativity led by me. This is the story I want to share with the world.
Is this AI or is it not? I don't know.
The story of Kwebbelkop AI. But like I said, I made a mistake. I decided to share Kwebbelkop AI with the world when he wasn't 100% ready. He hadn't fully matured yet. So let me just say, everyone has ever said about Kwebbelkop AI has been heard. Every bit of criticism.
So is this the next version? If that the cartoony one was the original, is this the next step up?
Every argument for, and especially every argument against. Every comment, every email, every tweet. That's why we decided to train a brand new Kwebbelkop 2.0 model with every bit of feedback we've received. And the results, they're astonishing. Every second you've been watching of this video so far has been completely AI generated.
That's mind-blowing. That is mind-blowing.
The Kwebbelkop you're seeing on the screen right now is not really me. I hope this video provides a better glimpse into the vision that we have for Kwebbelkop AI and a future in which influencers can use AI to enhance their storytelling, lower the barriers of entry, and share themselves with the world, regardless of any disability they may have. So please consider subscribing and enjoy the story the real Kwebbelkop wants to tell. The story of Kwebbelkop AI. Thank you.
That's crazy, right? That is crazy. When you went, so look, I don't think we're far off, mate. I do not think we're far off. I mean, already, I show this all the time because I'm just really, really proud of it, and I think it really, really worked. Where is it? It's my Christmas story, right? Completely generated by AI, right?
And ended in the snow of the impromptu Christmas truce in the trenches of the Great War on December 24th, 1914.
Yeah, he's talking about his regeneration. Again, so this is a very simple application of it. If I worked a lot harder, I could do a full cast of audio drama, right? And that stuff really excites me, right? It really excites me. And I really think we're not far away from making our own shit, right? We are not far away at all. Again, great example.
How exquisitely perfect a time and place for a pacifist who was constantly at war.
Yeah, 1 second. Then the toy maker shows
It
up.
had taken a few days to refuse to reenact the movement of their time in an office at the United Nations being. In the next, all that was gone. And gone with it was the Doctor's towering intelligence, mothers. And then they did. And then they didn't. Looms came and voodoo time cults went in a flurry of a
But it's like, we have a lot of potential what we can do. What Dr. Alex is doing right now with, who was it reading War of the Worlds? 1 second. It is Richard Burton reading War of the Worlds. Absolutely excellent, right? It's absolutely... it's a great way of experiencing the book on tape. But I think book on tape is just the first place we're starting. And I think we're going to go all the way up. Well, you know what? No, it wasn't written with AI too. No, I wrote it. Sorry, I wasn't clear. No, it wasn't written with AI. I'm not a fan of things written by AI. I'm totally a fan of... well, it depends. If it's something that nobody's ever going to read, like, the back of a video, it's like, I don't really mind, right? But I think creative stuff needs to be creative, right? Imagine what government come up with using AI. It's hard to tell us accepting any bullshit they want to put. That's the problem, fucking hell. That is the problem. Harry Thomber is it? Doing Harry Thomber. So anyway, 2023, not the best year for Doctor Who, I would say, right? Not a stellar standout year. We had Once in Future, which I thought was kind of nice. It was massively inferior to the Day of the Doctor and the Five Doctors, which is the gold standard. I was okay, but everything else, we had just the awful David Tennant return. So disappointing, like so insanely disappointing, right? Underwhelming. It's about how many months ago? In February now, so it's 2-3 months ago. Does anybody remember it? Right. AI girlfriends when sooner than you think. They want you to have AI girlfriends, so you live in VR. That's what they want. They want you alone and miserable, right? Monk and Magnesia's here. I'm looking forward to when you can physically interact with AI. Well, in that case, with society crumbles them instantly. Right, I mean, look, the Nicola Bryant blowjob algorithm will, I think, be the most used algorithm in the history of the world. Anyway, I digress. So we had just the terrible Tennant specials, and then we had the shooting stuff, which I think me and Dan are like the only two people who didn't hate it. Right, like Dan's the only person who didn't hate the Star Beast or the other one, right? But basically, me and Dan are the only people who didn't hate Shooting Guard. Well, a lot of people hated his accent. A lot of people, I think they were soured on it from the David Tennant stuff, and there's a lot of stuff in it shit, like the there's a lot of stuff that was shit, like the TARDIS ridiculous spend, and the huge budget. It's just none of this is working at all. I'm sorry, just none of this is working at all. But before that, we had the Davros skit. I mean, like, I can't believe I can believe there was nobody around. Went, Russell, this looks like shit. Like, is anybody ever going to remember that piece, that awful Davros ever again? We can make our own Davros, right? We can do our own stuff so soon, right? So soon. But before all that, right? Before all that, we had what I can only call the biggest balls up. That I didn't think it would get worse from here, right? And I said, I don't think Russell ever had anything to do with this balls up, and I was wrong entirely. Doomsday, right? Suze Kempner, who was awful, like awful beyond awful. Do I have the original? Let's see if I can find the Doomsday trailer. 1 second, because it's like when you watch it again, you see how absolutely terrible it was. Doomsday, Doctor Who. Do I have Doomsday? Oh, that's spelling Doctor Who wrong. Hang on, Doctor Who. There you go. Let's get. Let's download it so we can remind ourselves of how insanely bad Suze Kempner was at this role. Now, she actually it wouldn't have been so bad about her being that shit if she wasn't then just the most obnoxious cunt in the entire world humanly possible, right? You don't do utter shit and then come and say, "Hey, you're just a bigot. And this is what she thought was going to happen. She, because, oh God, Archer, we got a good reason, right? Why? You'll see why. Okay, we're going somewhere with this. It was so insane, but then she followed up by like thinking, I'm going to dunk on the Chad. Oh, on those aggressive Doctor Who fans who aren't even fans. I'm going to, and then she had her ass handed to her over and over and over again, right? But let's just remind ourselves of Meet Doom.
I'm Doom. Blame my mother.
I do. I blame your mother for your existence. I mean, good God. If I could go back in time, what would I do? Right? What would I do? Would I kill Hitler as a baby? Yeah, probably not. Would I go and suggest a different direction for John Nathan Turner in the 80s? Probably I would, right? But I would find some way of giving Doom's mother a raging headache the night she was conceived. And then we would all be spared of this absolute talentless cunt. And I call her a talentless cunt because of her absolute terrible way she dealt with very legitimate criticism of this shit. It's just shit. What do you want? And what's this got to do with Doctor Who?
I'm the universe's greatest assassin.
No, you're not, darling.
And in one day, I'm going to die.
Thank God.
Unless I can find the Doctor.
I love it when she does the turnaround. I mean, let's look how, like, unconvincing this is. Don't do this shit and then be as obnoxious as you were.
Someone sent death, literal death, after me.
I mean, what a shit idea.
I can only outrun it for 24 hours. So, the clock's ticking. My vortex manipulator sends me a new...
Why does she keep turning around? I don't understand. Because death flying around her?
New target every hour. The Lesser Order of Oberon sends me a lot to choose from, and I'm picking the missions that'll maybe bring me to the Doctor.
And all the apologetics are, oh, she's so funny. She's so great. Oh, God.
Doctor. 24 hours. All of time and space. Will I find the Doctor?
Again, she's so unbelievably shit at this absolute shit.
Ancient enemies. Old friends.
That's actually a worse way of describing it. Doomsday is like a shit that took a shit. That's how bad it smells.
Or maybe I'll go out in flames.
Yes, that's what happened, because nobody bought your shit. It was more forgotten than the David Tennant specials.
A lot of flames. Well...
Yeah, it went down in flames, that's true.
It'll be better than what's coming for me.
No, that is what's coming for you. You went down in a lot of flames, darling.
If you see the Doctor, tell them I'm on my way.
No, that's the last thing I'll tell you. Cue stock music and cheap, this is After Effects special effects. I mean, just total plug and play shit. Cheap, nasty shit, and nobody cared about it, right? Absolutely nobody cared about it. So Suze Kentner's been waxing lyrical about it. Let's hear what she has to say. It's hilarious, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to ask you, I mean, my fans are very into Doctor Who, and you have landed an amazing sort of role within the Doctor Who.
It's
throughout
adjacent to the TV show.
Yeah. It's throughout everything, isn't it? It's like every medium.
Yeah, it's not real. It's not. I mean, I'm not making real money with it, but I guess it doesn't really matter, right? I guess it doesn't really matter at all. It is kind of the vibe that we got from it. Play.
You can do Doctor Who in. You're in.
But yeah, apart from the show.
I would say Russell would never have you in the show. Then what would I say? Russell will do any shit he wants because he doesn't give a shit.
Because people go, when is it airing? I'm like, it's all out already. They're like,
and nobody bought it, right? Nobody was interested in it. Again, don't be a talentless cunt. That's really, I think, that what we have to take home from this.
Oh, so what? Huh? Where can I see it? I'm like, you can hear it. Right. So
she's been very dismissive to people who paid her money.
Do you want to know how I got it?
Yes.
It's a mystery to all of us. We assumed This just went past Russell D. Davies' desk without him realizing. This before we saw the shit that he put out, right?
Because of the Nadine Dorries videos.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, and BBC Studios and Russell T Davies liked them.
Amazing.
Again, yes, because you're all political bigots. You gave her this role, and like I would love to know how much money Big Finish lost. And although I think they deserve to lose money on it.
And they had written this character called Doom, who was going to be in a multi-platform Doctor Who spin-off. So it's like 24 hours in the life of Doom, who's the universe's greatest assassin.
Now, would this have worked without Suze Kempner, but another idea? I don't think so, right? But I think she exacerbated how bad it was. So again, they gave her this role because she did politically bigoted videos that aren't funny in the slightest, right? There's just her pouring bile. Let's see if I can find any, right? Let's see if I can find any Suze Kempner. The stylings of Suze Kempner, right? Because again, because her people who liked her just loved her. Is this Nadine Dorries? Oh, yeah. So I haven't seen this video. I'm putting it random, and I think it's going to be shit, right? That's my guess. I think it's going to be shit, but let's find out. There it is. Because I just don't think she's very funny. Again, she's just a political bigot. And that's really what the vibe I get from her. Yeah, well, Suze. So I'll put that on in a minute.
And they decided I should play her. So, and literally I did a photo shoot and a few little film bits on one day, and then a few days of audio recordings, and out of that they built a video game, 2 video games, I think, several comics. There's a novel that I didn't write,
and they're all shit. Every one of them are shit.
Right. There's audio dramas, audio books, and it's really expansive. And I thought,
and nobody bothered following this story.
I just assumed this isn't a big thing because I didn't even have to audition for it. But
yeah, your assumption that it wasn't a big deal was very obvious, right? Was very obvious.
It turns out it's massive, and the people who like it really like it, and the people who hate it, well, they sure do.
Nobody liked it, okay? People felt politically aligned with you. Nobody thought that your unwatchable dross was in any way had any merit whatsoever, right? Nobody liked it.
Expansive, and I thought, I just assumed this isn't a big thing because I didn't even have to audition for it. But it turns out it's massive, and the people who like it really like it, and the people who hate it, well, they sure do keep their feelings hidden on the internet.
Okay, well,
I mean, you couldn't go
for a second. I was one of the people who criticized it when I first saw it, right? I was one of the people who criticized it. And I think it was a legitimate criticism. I invited her on my channel. And she's sure, of course. And then she said no. Like, it's... I'm sorry you can't take legitimate criticism, right? I'm sorry that's so hard for you to deal with, Suze, right? If you had any actual talent and ability, you would be able to cope with criticism, but you can't, right? You can't. Let me see if go to YouTube, see if I can find Nadine Dorries stuff. 1 second. Here, let's say Suze Kempner, Nadine Dorries. I don't even know who Nadine Dorries is. Oh, here's one. This is from 7 months ago. Okay. So yeah, let's look at one of those, because this is why she got the job, right? And again, unbelievable to me that anybody got a job on this. Again, you would only find it funny if you're a deep political bigot, right? Russell D. Davies is, sadly. Yeah, where is it? Let's look at Nadine Dorries. Exclusively teases her new book, The Plot.
Though it's in the last of me, political hotshots and parliamentary favourite Nadine Dorries, the People's Culture Secretary.
Okay, like again, your burning hatred destroys any humour. And frankly, I'm just looking at your tits, which is, I think, your intention, right? It is your intention. They're trying to distract from who you are by just having nice tits. And you do have lovely tits. Shame about the face.
Turns out you were wrong, babes and Hans. I'm back. Ooh, Nadine hasn't been in Parliament for a year and hasn't been heard from by her constituents once since she resigned, then unresigned a month ago. Well, egg up your face. I was busy, wasn't I? Busy, right?
Okay, how is this funny? And again, I don't even know who Nadine fucking Doris is. But there's no actual humour in it. And she got a job because of this.
Writing what would be the most bombshell book of all time. The Plot. A political whodunit about all the snake emojis in Downing.
Like again, she does every social justice warrior moronic thing of saying, if I don't like you, everything you do is unwatchable and unreadable shit. So the plot, first and final draft. Right? Like maybe she... Look, Paul Cornell, massive douchebag. Like massive douche. Right? Massive douche. Can write Doctor Who like nothing else. He's good. He's a good Doctor Who writer.
Who couldn't stand to see such an ordinary man succeed as the greatest Prime Minister ever, even better than Churchill, because he got voted out literally weeks after the end of World War II, and Boris Johnson, the true Prime Minister, has never been voted out. All he's been is fired. Fired from every job he's...
Again, literally, is there any humour in this other than I don't like people who don't share my political insanity?
Ever had, and I will not stand for this, and that's why from September 28th you can buy The Plot, available in every road chef on the M1 for $10.99. Looking forward to conference, Rishi.
Are you is she equally incensed with Hillary Clinton's books or Barack Obama or Barack Obama's TV show or Meghan and Harry's Netflix deal, which they ballsed up? Are you upset by literally any of this? No, you're not, because you are a political bit. And this is why she headlined, she was the face of this, I think, rather major media campaign that fucked over its licensees that deserve to be fucked over for agreeing to put this bullshit out.
I know I am. In fact, get this. I'm actually one sarcastic comment about you away from being girl bossed by the current Labour Party. Imagine if I crossed the...
Oh, yeah, she hates the Labour Party, I guess, because they don't hate Jews, right?
Floor and joined them. That would be so random, wouldn't it? The Plot. A story of treachery and deceit at the...
Again, literally, I haven't heard one joke. And it's not because, oh, I like Nadine Dorris. Oh, Nadine Dorris is the best. But I have no fucking clue who she fucking is. I just know there's no fucking joke going on in this entire thing. Right? There just is no humour whatsoever. Here. 1 second. Let's see if I can pull up a Bernard Manning joke. Right? Bernard Manning joke. Fine. We'll pull up a Bernard Manning joke after this, right? And we'll see the difference, right? We will see, and again, because Bernard Manning will be the face of evil to her.
Heart of the Westminster machine, fueled by an obsessive pursuit of power which tears at the very fabric of our democracy. That's genuine copy from my press release. You can look it up. I wrote that and released it with a straight fucking face.
It's like, it's just like, again. What were they thinking? Okay, so this is a real comedian. And again, I chose the person who he would say is the worst person in the history of humanity. Right? Bernard Manning. 1 second. Where is it? It's YouTube. Oh, it's over here. 1 second. I have no idea what this joke is, right? I haven't watched it before. You know what? Just as I knew, showing any Nadine Dorris? Yeah, any Nadine Dorris clip would be an embarrassment to and also Rusty Davis, and also the BBC. I'm reasonably confident this will be a good joke. Let's find out.
Fellow went to the chip shop, he said, give us 60p worth of fucking chips. The fish fryer said, you ignorant bastard. You don't order chips like that. He says, come round here, I'll show you how to order chips. Now then, may I have 60p worth of chips, please? He says, get fucked, you wouldn't serve me.
That That was a joke. You see, a funny story. Oh.
Can of worms and the Doctor. I mean, the Doctor Who.
But no, my absolute and complete failure is all your fault.
I tell you what, I don't fight with them.
No.
There's been a few.
No, you did, and you had your ass handed to you, and you destroyed the livelihoods of so many licensees with your shitty attitude. But I guess it's not really your fault because you're a shitty person and you chose for the shittiest reasons, and you had no idea that you had no idea whatsoever that this was something important, and the paycheck didn't wake you up to that.
Actually, I did fight. Some of them went, whose dick did she suck to get this job? And I quote tweeted him and said, oh, darling, not with my knees. And then I replied to that and I was like,
okay, why do you think that was funny? God, she's like a humour vacuum. I love when she expects people like, okay, you think that's funny, I guess.
JK, my knees are fine. I got the job through talent. So.
He didn't even get the... Let's go back. Let's see her deliver that joke again, shall we?
And then I replied to that and I was like, JK, my knees are fine. I got the job through talent.
No, you didn't. You got the job through political bigotry. And like, oh, JK Bowie's a bigot.
So I sure showed them.
Yeah, what, with your massively unimpressive sales?
Yeah.
I'd have said K9.
Oh, that's better, see? Yeah. Have
You see, again, that guy's clearly a comedian.
you done a Doctor Who thing?
I've been in an audio adventure.
You in Big Finish?
Yes, I played
Yeah?
I played someone who was killed by a Cyberman. I had my head crushed by a Cyberman.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They can bring you back.
Yeah, I don't know. It was I really thought about what it would be like to have my head crushed by a Cyberman.
It's like watching or listening to or reading anything from Doomsday, just a bit better.
And I really think I got it perfect.
Do you think you were a better actor than the Queen?
I think I am. I think they didn't ask me to retake anything.
That's amazing.
I don't think.
They just went, that's fine, and you're still going, I've got another way I can
Come
do
and let
it.
me do this again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stuart was in it as well, but he got turned into a Cyberman, but I got
Really?
killed by a Cyberman. I think so. Anyone know? Anyone listen to it? It was
I don't know who you are, so I can't look you up. I've no clue who this person is.
a long time ago.
Same episode.
Yeah, so
They put you in together,
we
I
were
see.
space plumbers, and that's all I remember.
Lario and Luigi.
And so, will anything
I mean, like literally any quip shit, just nothing's funny about this woman.
happen beyond for Doom Beyond? It seems
No, nothing ever more. It is going to be forgotten forever because it was shite.
like a good. I've seen the
I
character.
don't know
looks good.
because
No, I do know, darling. Nobody's calling you, okay? No, this was your big break. Edge, boy, did you balls it up?
I'm not used to the Doctor Who fandom in any way. I've never mixed with them. And
okay, we're like human beings, and you're like a cunt. So, you should be nice to people.
from the way it's been received, as far as I'm concerned, I'm the shittest actor who has ever lived and the ugliest. So
I wouldn't call you ugly. I think you're lovely tits, right? But I would have to put a bag on your head. Let's be fair. But it's you were okay. We just watched you. You were shit. I'm sorry, you were shit. I don't know what to tell you. You were shit.
I assume no, but I've had numerous Doctor Who fans go, no, this is normal, and it's been very.
No. It hasn't been well. They're lying to you, right? They are lying to you. Do they have a trailer for Doomsday? Let's have a look. Doomsday. Oh, they have a trailer. We might have to watch that. Let's have a look. 37.79. I'm not going to download it. It's not video. It's audio. Yeah, never mind.
well received. I assume they're just being kind. So
They are
throughout
being
everything,
kind.
isn't it? It's really think
They are being kind, right? It was not well received at all. No, ask for the sales figures. There you go. That's how you ask for the sales. How did it sell, Big Finish?
got it perfect
No, I just skipped
into a Cyberman, but I got.
it's been received, as far as I'm concerned. I'm the shittest actor who has ever lived. And
You really genuinely are like, if you've ever attended any acting classes, You need to get your money back, darling.
The ugliest, so I assume no. But I've had numerous Doctor Who fans go, no, this is normal, and it's
okay. It is normal that everything gets torn apart and criticised. It's not normal that it's done so legitimately.
been very well received. I assume they're just being kind. So I don't know. If they want to put me in the show, that would be nice, because I do want to buy a flat.
Yes.
So, what, you want to buy a flat? But you're such a socialist, Suze. I don't understand.
That would be nice. And yes, the Doctor, they're very, these are...
Yeah, we give a shit about it, right? Like you get upset when somebody says, oh, that woman with the dick might be a bloke, right? You know how you lose your shit and run around like your hair's on fucking fire? I feel that way when I see unwatchable shit like Doomsday being sold to Doctor Who fans, fraudulently, quite frankly.
And I absolutely love Doctor Who fans, I have to tell you. I love them.
I've so many that have come to my show. They're just lovely, so nice.
What I like about them is that...
Well, why do you treat us like shit online then?
They're apps, they love something.
Yeah.
And there's absolutely no sense of, the shame they should feel. But that's the way I am. I would be ashamed to go, I love something this much. That's...
Well, your life's empty, and it's empty then, mate. Why? Is anybody ever ashamed to love soccer, football? Is anybody ever ashamed to Taylor Swift? No one's ever ashamed. And the only people who are made to feel ashamed are people who like science fucking fiction. And the reason you make us feel ashamed, or you try anyway, is because we're cleverer than you. How do I know we're cleverer than you? I'm fucking watching this, right? Good God, this talentless sucker, was it black hole sucking out any of any entertainment value?
This, I'm a grown adult, and it's not for me. But there's lots of things that I like that, but I would be too ashamed to say it. So you're just kind of a pathetic dude, mate. I don't know who you are. And I love the fact it's just, they're just uncritically, not uncritically, they're very critically into the thing they like. But, they
love it. And some of them hate everything about it. Yeah. It's amazing.
They do, and they do.
No. We hate everything about it, basically from when a few years before you showed up, right? Let's say, for example, right, you took The Guardian. You know you love The Guardian, don't you? You're both Guardian readers, if ever you can bloody afford it. You're both Guardian readers. Let's say I buy The Guardian and turn it into a right-wing tabloid. Still says The Guardian on the front. Why are you complaining? Oh, why do you hate it? You said you like The Guardian.
A lot of them don't like any of the new stuff. And we have Mark Gatiss on, and he said,
he must get a lot of shit from people, But I love...
Mark Gatiss doesn't get a lot of shit from people. No, because he's fucking talented. Con Archer said, they made us what we are watching it. Are you sure we're more intelligent? Yes, because I'm watching it to mock it. Let me say, what do you about Mark Gatiss?
And it's not for me. But there's lots of things that I like that, but I would be too ashamed to say it. So, and I love the fact it's just, they're just uncritically, not uncritically, they're very critically into the thing they like. But, they
love it. And some of them hate everything about it. Yeah. It's amazing.
They do, and they do. And a lot of them don't like any of the new stuff. And we have Mark Gatiss on, and he said,
he
people
must get a lot of shit from people, But I
really don't think he does, right? Because honestly... I think the shittest thing Mark Gatiss ever did was Sleep No More. But I think he's always... I can't think of anything he's done with Doctor Who that hasn't been sincerely trying to be good Doctor Who. Right? I really can't think of it at all.
I love EastEnders and I haven't missed an episode since 1994. And I can't imagine... just being there going I hate that about it and I fucking hate that about it and it hasn't been good since 1986 and I hate... I can't imagine that. When
Because you don't love it. Let's say you got a kid, right, who's going in a direction you don't like in life, right? And you can go, fuck that, get out of my life, I'm not going to do anything with you ever again, right? Mark Gatiss says he's ashamed to be English. Well, what can you do, Harry Thornber? Look, the woke mind virus gets everywhere, right? The woke mind virus gets absolutely everywhere.
When there's an episode of EastEnders that might not be that good, it's never happened. But when that happens, I would just be like, oh, will there be another one on tomorrow or Monday if I'm having...
Okay, we've had nothing but shit Doctor Who for years and years and years. And before it went utterly shit, then every 2 minutes we had Bill Potts going, "Oh, I like a bit of snatch. Love licking a bit of snatch, me. Oh, love it to death."
To wait several days.
But it's a fan thing, and I get it, and you know, and it's partly wanting to show that you like the thing before.
Yeah.
And it's partly showing you.
No, it's a genuine expression of our opinions. The work you do, Suze, was shit. Oh, how is this hard for you to understand?
You know, I like, you know, Doctor Who now, objectively, is better than it was for most of
When
the
it was all
60s
egg
and
boxes
70s. It just...
Fuck off. When it was all Xboxes. No, it's not. I'm sorry. There has been nothing. Yeah, it's objectively worse. Are you talking about the scripts? Have you watched Rosa? Have you watched Orphan 55? And have you watched the time show? The scripts are unwatchable shit, right? Unwatchable shit.
Subjectively is way better.
Yeah.
No, well, subjectively, the scripts are way worse. It might look prettier to your moron little eyes, idiot cunt that you are, but it's not better.
And so, but some people will go, "I want it to be like that," and that's
right.
Fine. You know, it's fine. I mean, it isn't really objective, but I'm right. And I'll fight anyone who says it isn't, because
Okay, come on.
I love.
Oh, your boy, come on. I'm more than happy to go over this with you.
Fucking love Doctor Who, but I like the Doctor Who of now. So yeah, I mean, you know, but you know what it's like, and it's sort of, it's just, I don't know when we as a species are going to get over the fact that, you know, people like things and don't like things,
Yeah.
and so it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't.
It's a lot worse now. There's a lot less understanding of one another now. I think because of social media. Karney says, "What possible metric is the current Doctor Who better?" It looks better, right? It looks better. It's the production values are convincing, right? I think that's what he was talking about. So I've got to get in the chat after this and go through it.
And as a comedian, it doesn't matter. You know, like I think people come to you as a comedian and think, "I don't think you're funny," and you go, "Yeah, okay."
Oh no! And what? Are you not going to come to my shows? Oh, that's terrible. As you hate me, like yeah.
But, you know, it's like.
I don't know. Why would you be happy about being a failure and people not wanting to go to your show?
I want you there.
We don't want. We know that everyone doesn't find us funny.
Yeah, we don't want you in Doctor Who. How's that for you?
Yeah.
We don't want everyone to find us funny because that would be awful.
Yeah.
And it would mean we were awful.
Yeah.
And it would be weird.
Very strange.
So like one person telling you, if everyone got together and signed a letter and said,
"Yeah,
this is everyone in the world. We want you to know you are not funny.
Yeah.
Please stop doing it."
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, we all have, haven't we?
Yeah.
That would be slightly heartbreaking.
Would you keep going?
I'd carry on going.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, okay. But you're talented, just so talented. Maybe she isn't talentless. I haven't seen anything with talent come out.
I love doing it.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Also-
I've done like admin jobs. I've worked in bars and shops. Oh, it's rubbish.
Yeah, I understand. It's much more fun being a comedian. If only you had the ability to do that.
Comedian no one likes for money instead.
But yeah, that you get money is beyond me.
But, you know, I know it is worse for female comedians, but I always just want to say that, you know, but I still love the fact that you engage with it. I really genuinely do.
She doesn't engage. She likes to dunk on Chads and then she runs screaming like a little bitch when she gets her ass handed. So any more about Doctor Who? Let's.
But I also want to say, fuck them.
Face, it looks like a smashed crab, and I'll reply like, "This guy would beg to fuck me," and they get so mad. They're like, "No, I absolutely want to categorically turn." By that point, I'm like, blocked, and then they're like, "Ah!"
Oh God! What an awful human being, right? What an awful human being she is.
And then they go, "I won. She blocked me. I won." Like, yeah. Congrats.
Yeah, no, we do when you block because you have nothing to say. You did, yeah. You lose when you block.
Up at the house and say, "I would like to have sex with you," and see what.
Someone's going to get hurt.
Good. So you don't know. We don't know if there'll be any more of. Doom
No idea.
Oh, I do. There's not any more.
Yeah, no, but like
the sheer narcissism, says Karney. Yes, that is replete everywhere.
The Big Finish recordings.
Yeah.
went really well. And I know
the recordings went well, but did the sales? How'd the sales go, darling, right? How'd that happen?
I know this because I was happy with them. I rang Mum on the way back from recording with Paul McGann. I was so excited because I love Wivnell and I said, Mum,
No, about Doctor Who.
I think I did all right on that. And Mum said, that's the only time I've ever heard you be happy with anything you've ever done, ever. So I know that.
Yeah, but she has a miserable life.
Well, and they said, we're really happy with this. And I don't think they were lying, because normally I go, well, they said it, but I think we can all tell what the subtext was, which was your shit.
She's lacks any form of self-confidence. Again, because she's been elevated beyond her abilities, right? Totally elevated beyond what were we talking about? P.D. Rich is there, doing P.D. Rich. It just going to show how politically and ideologically captured BBC Studios release. Absolutely. Who's Richard Herring? Oh, that's the guy. So who was he in Doctor Who? Fine. Let's see what Doctor Who he was in. Big Finish. Richard Herring. I'm looking at the Doomsday cover and it just makes me laugh at how shit it is. Herring. I was in real time. Blimey, that was a long time ago. Yeah. This was from, what year was this? That was from 22 years ago. This is before Doctor Who return. Blimey, that is a long time back. Okay, is there anything more about Doctor Who in this? Because she's boring the tears out of me.
So I know that went well. So I think they'd have me back to do Big Finish stuff, and it was. I loved it. I loved.
Yeah, but it did. Do you think it sold any? Are you out your bloody mind? Like, do you think it's like who? You went online and told the audience to fuck off. I don't want you. Man babies, right? Oh no, it wasn't Colin Baker's first. That was I think this was a Terror Colin Baker one. Yeah, this was a good few years into it. It's got a face of a 30-year-old man, says Sodder Edges. Yeah, that's pretty much true. She admitted being a Nepo hire. She didn't audition. She got it. Then said she got on talent. She can't put it together. She's not that clever, says P.D. Rich. Her personality and manner is all make her repulsive. Yes. Mostly personality. Yeah, we don't like to see a 60-year-old British franchise tarnished or flushed down the toilet. Yeah, they're the ones who hate everything about the progressive left. I know. They're the ones who can't coexist with everyone. Sally Mother says what she hates about modern EastEnders. It's unwatchable. Right, okay. What are the EastEnders viewing figures? Have you not noticed that? Oh, well, less people watch TV now. Usually they say because of Netflix. Now it's because of YouTube or TikTok. No, it's because it's shit. Oh. Fine. Dragon Slayer says we want to see an AI model of the Sue's woman. No, we bloody don't. What a waste of AI that would be. When are we going to go people like different things? I guess that he's in the camp that calls people racist for not liking race swap characters. You just don't like black people existing. That is such a weak ass argument, isn't it? Man, this interview did not come off well for her. Imagine thinking that SFX is the most important thing about Doctor Who. Well, again, he's a normie, and the normies are generally stupider than us. I mean, that's really the bot. They are stupider than us. Yes, it is, Suze, because the idea of show business is to make money, and if you're upset about potential audience, you fill out a venue and make little money. Yes, so PD Rich explaining basic adding. If she's a depressing comedian like Peter Kay, only with much less talent. Real time with Yi Ji So, that's the one, playing a different character. Charity doesn't turn down Tuesday donation as a waste of shelf space. Absolutely. And Robbie Bowman also says it's Richard Herring.
I love doing audio stuff. It's just reading. No one tells you that it's just reading. Voiceovers.
How did you not know? It's just like, and it's not just, it's called acting.
I think what's interesting, Suze, about what you've just said as well is that, you know, anyone can criticize us and you and me.
Yeah, but then you cry like bitches.
But like, they're never going to be as critical as you are of yourself.
Oh, Oh, no way. I am way more critical of Suze than she is of herself. Way, not even close.
You know, and we both, I'm exactly the same. Very occasionally I'll go, hey, I think I did a good job on that.
Yeah.
But it's like once every 15 years. So it's like, so you know, so, you know, fuck them is what I'm saying. But, but comes great responsibility, I have to say.
Yeah, fuck off, Suze. Fuck off. I mean, like, yeah. How you can be so proud at your complete and total abject failure is really beyond me. Really beyond me. However, Big Finish actually did announce a couple of things. One of the things I'm actually excited about, amazingly, I'm genuinely excited about. The other one I haven't really looked at yet. Let's have a look over here. Share screen. So, Big Finish launches audio drama podcast. So, I suggested this to somebody very high up in Big Finish a long time ago. I said, you have two problems. Well, you have more than that. But you have two big problems. One, your content is impenetrable, right? It's just a wall of stuff that nobody can tell what's what, right? Firstly, you need to combine you did everything should be in like a 3-story box set, right? And there are so many 3-story box sets that they could do, right? Which are actually really good. Let me 1 second. Let's go to was it monthly adventures? Yeah, 1 second. Recent first, I think, yeah. First, so let's go back. You have to go back quite a way before you get to anything listenable, because basically when the new logo came in, that's when everything turned to shit. But you see, the basic model is 3-story. And this is a really weird one where they brought back Mags from Greatest Show in the Galaxy, right? For some unknown reason. 1637 is too much, right? They should sell this 3-story box set for $9.99, right? You had a Chameleon 3-parter. But here, they had actually, they used to be a lot more inventive, frankly. I'm trying to get back to, this is before this. This is when they started to go very, very dull, right? Very, very, this is where it all started falling. Fine, so this is not a great example of a 3-story box that they can do. 3 master stories. You've got the 2 masters, Vampire of the Mind, and You Will Obey Me. Right, put that $9.99. You would sell them. That would actually sell. But what? 1637? Fuck off. No one's paying these prices, right? Oh, this is a great 3-parter, right? Secret History, The Last of the Cybermen, and was it The Defectors? So this is 3 stories where the regular companions are switched out for old companions. So, like, suddenly you have the 7th Doctor with Joe Grant, Zoe and Jamie with the 5th Doctor, and who is it? The 6th Doctor, I should say, and the 5th Doctor with Vicky and Dodo, right? And really great 3-part. So that's the first thing. Make things more accessible. But the other thing I said is, you should have a streaming service. I mean, here's what. Use YouTube is what was my suggestion. Use your YouTube membership and have 30 dramas available on there all the time. And each day you add a new one and you take one off, right? Add new one, take one off. And that way you do several things. You control the conversation, right? So premiering today on Big Finish. You have this or that. And you can drive, and that's how you would drive sales. So they weren't able to do that, I think, because they didn't. It will breach they don't have rights for streaming, and that might be streaming, even though they weren't charging for it. I don't know, but I think they found a way around with this. Classic Doctor Who audio dramas will be brought to a new audience with Into the TARDIS, a new podcast due to release in March 2024. Since 1999, Big Finish have been producing full-cast audio dramas set in the world of Doctor Who, specifically featuring composed music and cinematic effects, and these stories are officially licensed with We know! To mark the 25 years of the output, Big Finish, in association with BBC Studios, Zebrolution Podcast, Apple, and Acast, are excited to announce Into the TARDIS, in which will showcase fan favorite stories from the Big Finish back catalogue. I think this is an excellent idea, right? I think this is good for fandom. I think this is good for Big Finish, right? I really do. And I think it's good to be able to access them for free, frankly. The stories will be presented in episodic installments weekly on Saturday nights. Great idea. Really good idea. Like the original serialized broadcast of Doctor Who. That's a great idea. Each episode will feature a brand new introduction read by Colin Baker. Why? Who played the Sixth Doctor on TV. Really? And can you do so Big Finish? This is made for newbies, as well as the behind-the-scenes interview. They should have written a different promo piece for the website. This is ridiculous. Inner Darkness will begin next month, March 2024, with 2 episodes serializing Death and the Queen, originally released by 2 episodes serializing Death and the Queen, originally released by Big Finish 2016, full cast audio done with David Tennant, Catherine Tate. How? Oh, so they broke that into 2 episodes. That's a dumb idea. Oh, that is a... Which one's Death and the Queen? Hang on. That is a dumb idea. Oh. One of his shitty box sets. Let's find it. Oh, back through shitty box sets. Back. Oh, that wasn't bad. Creeping Death. Which one had Death and the Queen, do you think? I think this one, maybe? Sword of the Chevalier. Oh, why don't I just do Death and the Queen? I'll do a search. Oh, one second. It should be on Technophobia. Death and the Queen. So they're breaking this into 2 parts? That's just dumb. I'm sorry. That is dumb. They should try and keep it in the same format of the original TV show, right? And these were 45 minutes to an hour episodes. That should be the same as well. That's just dumb. Oh. So fine, they're just trying to bring in a new audience. As part of the celebration of 25 years of Big Finish, Doctor Who, although it doesn't look like they're about to fold any time, which was the big rumor going around, what, a week or 2 ago? Don't even know. And what they've done recently hasn't been woke. The stuff I got. And launch Into the TARDIS, the first official licensed Doctor Who audio drama. This is an initiative that we have been working on for some time. Excuse me. What about Alex Leaves season 12, season 13, season 14? That officially licensed. Who gives a shit about officially licensed? That means it's got to have chicks with dicks in it, baby. This is an initiative I've been working on for some time that I'm particularly excited about, as it will bring Big Finish to a far wider audience. I'm glad somebody thought of doing this, though. But like the execution is weak. Jambi is the director of audiobooks at BBC Studios. For many years now, Big Finish has provided Doctor Who fans with thrilling audio drama. We're excited to see them extend offering into a new podcast. I just wish it was done better, frankly. So Louisa Abraham, managing director at Zebralution podcast, said, "We are thrilled to be able to contribute expertise to Big Finish for the launch of their new podcast." Why do you need somebody to help you launch a podcast? Into the TARDIS will be available via all podcast platforms, and all listeners will be able to stream it for free with ads. Apple Podcasts, user Apple Podcasts will have an additional option of subscribing for $2.99 a month, which will give you early access and ad-free listening. A 3-day trial subscription is also available. Wonder how much a 3-day trial subscription is. Oh, of that. Fuck off. So, I mean, it all depends what they're going to be doing, or like what stories they're putting out. But man, that's a really dumb idea, right? That is a dumb idea. Look, Big Finish was great because it told very good stories. So they're at the wrong end of the catalogue here. Sort by oldest first. So forget Silence of Time, bit weak. Whispers of Terror, excellent. Phantasmagoria, Marrying Conspiracy. Oh, so much they could do with that. They could do the Eighth Doctor and Lucy Miller. There's so much they could do with it. This is so annoying. Files of Vulcan, I mentioned that earlier. Spectre of Lanyon Moore, Shadow of the Scourge. All the Mutant Phase, Holy, all these are excellent. Absolutely freaking it, right? I guess David Tennant's popular. I guess. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, so then I saw this came out, and this is really exciting. I thought the Blake 7 range was dead. I didn't think there was anything they could really do with it, right? I mean, the only thing I could really think they could do with it is shunt it forward like 100 years, have a parallel story to the way forward, or the way back, I should say. Call it the way, they already done something called the way forward. Call it like a parallel, something similar. Like you have a new crew of prisoners being shuttled to a prison, totalitarian government, so whatever. You move forward the universe 100 years, and they find Liberator, right? And inside Liberator are suspended animation pods with who's ever still alive, essentially. Villa, Tarrant, what's it called again? Brian Crouch, you name it. Anybody still alive, and then you move, you do the same feeling and move it forward. So they tried this Worlds of Blake 7 stuff, and I've enjoyed it, right? I've enjoyed most of them, quite frankly, but it wasn't. It didn't have that feel of Blake 7, and they were very hit and miss. Some were great, some were not. I found it. By the way, if they're doing a podcast, what they should really be doing as well is putting out the ancillary stuff. Dalek Empire, right? They should do like put an episode of Dalek Empire out once a week, right? That would do very well, right? That would do very well indeed. Anyway, Stephen Pacey stars in a brand new box set of audio drama set in the Worlds of Blake 7, due for release in June 2024 from Big Finish Productions. So this, like, Stephen Pacey is one of the few characters they can still do things about, I guess, because he's still alive. And so this is a Tarrant story is told. So I believe in the novel, the sequel novel to what's the name? What's the last episode called? Blake. Tarrant was he survived the crash of Scorpio, but then was eaten by a giant tiger. I think that happened. So let's see what this is about. The Worlds of Blake 7, Tarrant, Stephen Pacey returns to the role he first played in 1980 to 1981. Only 2 years? Blimey, he left a big shadow. In the original Blake 7 TV series, the 3 full-cast audio dramas focus on the fearless Del Tarrant across various stages of his life, from his early days as a Federation pilot to his time as a member of the Liberator crew. For the 3rd episode, Stephen is joined by Yasmin Bannerman as Dana Melleby. She's very good. She was a very good casting. The weapon expert played by Joseph Simon, and Alistair Locke as the supercomputer Aurak, originally voiced by Peter Tudden. Soldier Federation Space Commander Smuggler Freedom Fighter Del Tarrant has challenged convention throughout his many careers in a hostile galaxy. These are stories of his choices and challenges, his friends and family and foes in an unpredictable journey to the Liberator and beyond. I'm surprised they're doing a male character centered box set. It's all been like a Jenna or Callie, right? Essentially. The 3 stars are the authorized version. Gamblers, Lovers, how much is this? Download is $18.99, or disc is $22.99 plus shipping. The collector's and box set of 1,000 copies will not be repressed. Okay, let's see what that's to say. Gamblers, Lovers, Presidents, all have sought out the Dream Makers, demanding they decide their future. Del Tarrant has come to ask them to help decide his past. Interesting. Good. Okay, great writers as well. You've got James Goss, Andy Lane, and Gary Russell. Okay, so all of these people have good track records. When hunting down Break on the Liberator, Commander Del Tarrant's Federation pursuit ship encounters a vast abandoned space vessel. What dark secrets does it contain about the Federation and alien life? Can Tarrant save his crew and himself before it's too late. Well, that's interesting. Is that a prequel to this first episode, you think? I don't know. Tarrant and Dana's rendezvous in an abandoned Federation refinery puts them in unexpected danger when their broker changes the terms of the deal. Can they survive until the Liberator returns to them? And why is an old nemesis lurking in the shadows? The cast of Tarrant also includes Raj Gatak from Dead Set and Ackley Bridge, Rosalind Landor, Devil's Eyes Out, The Amazing Mr. Blunden, and Esmond Cole. Big Finish range producer Peter Angelis has said, so there's probably going to be more of these coming in because they normally do these in like batches of 3. It's good, because it's more cost productive, I guess. What a treat to have Stephen Basey back in the studio. I wrote his very first Blake 7 story for Big Finish in 2013. I've long wanted to involve him in the worlds of Doctor Who. The character has such a story background, and over the years we've speculated about the truth of some of those stories. In these 3 stories encompass Tarrant's time at the Federation Academy throughout his arrival as a new crew member aboard the Liberator, and also the wonderful welcome back to Yasmin Banner as Dana and Aslok as Aurak. Actor Stephen Pacey added, "I learned a lot more about Tarrant. It's great to concentrate on Dell's psyche, what is it, physique for us, to a greater degree than was allowed possible in the television series. It takes me back to the whole series with Joseph Simon, who played Dana at the time. What an experience that was, and now we are doing it on audio with Yasmin playing Dana. Every actor brings something different to a role, but she brings something very unique and sorry one. She basically sounds like her, right? It just be the one to tell you. What's this due out? So yeah, I am definitely up for this. This is in June. Yeah, this is an order, right? This is definitely worth ordering. So I think the Blake 7 range in general is quite good, right? I really do. Yeah, we got Rosalind Lena, Woman, Mad, Mutoid, Junior, Tech, and Dana. Fine, so we don't know who the returning villain is. But yeah, that does look pretty darn good. I have to tell you, that does look like something I would be. Yeah, I am excited for it. Right, I am genuinely excited for that. Fine, let's move on. What else is going on? Let's have a look at Bounding in the comics. Oh man, it's over 2 hours. Let's see what's doing in Bounding. We'll refresh this. Rumor: Anna von Silk Spider Society acts as entire writer's room. Spider-Man spin-off being retooled as for male-skewed audience. Yes! I just hope the economic reality wins through. Opinion: why Hollywood doesn't know how to adapt Halo? Because they're morons. Madam Web gets squished, posts worse opening day boxes than Morbius and the Marvels. Fuck me. That's really bad, right? That's really bad. I mean, do we have... is anybody, like, vaguely sexy? I mean, I hate to tell you, that's why people like superhero women, because they're sexy. Wearing, like, skin tight... Well, not like that. Wearing skin tight outfits. No, I'm not really interested. What's this? Satanic Amazon cartoon has been a hotel sparks outrage and protest. Okay. Mark Wallenberg shares heartfelt Ash Wednesday message. We need things to bring people together. And oh man, that's really nice. And the power of prayer is doing that. Man, I'm always uplifted by when I see people make public statements like that. Good for you, Mark Wallenberg. I loved him when he was hosting the Pope. Right, they had a show when he was hosting the Pope, and he talks about. He said a kid came up to me and said, I love the movie you're in. He said, what, Transformers? I said, no, Ted. And then he's like, Holy Father, you should not watch that movie. It's really bad. It's really, really very bad. Oh, let's do a review of Ted. Mark Ruffalo, I'll get to that tomorrow, right? Despite promise that games would appear in their original form, Tomb Raider 1-3 Remastered censors risque graphic found on PS jacket. You can't have everything, darling. You can't have everything. Should we talk about Ted? Yeah, there's actually fine. So let's talk about the TV show Ted. This is they only did it here. Let's put it up all over here. We go Ted TV series. That's quite a nice segue. I have to tell you, I'm quite impressed with myself with that segue. So Ted, if you don't know, is just here. Let's find an image of Ted TV show. Images. 1 second. I think, is this one better? Yeah, that one's better. What was it? Link address. Let's pull it up. Try again. There you go, Ted. So, have you seen the movie Ted 2? Actually, I got Ted and Ted 2 in the same box set with Flash Gordon, which is awesome. So this is Seth MacFarlane, boozy Ted, teddy bear that comes to life, and hangs out with. It was Marky Mark, but so this show. Is an 8-episode sitcom. They're longer than average sitcom episodes. They're like half hour, 45 minute, half hour, 30-minute episodes of young Ted and young whatever this guy's name is. We'll look in a second. It's totally set in a different universe to the to the movies Ted, because the parents are different and all the background stuff is. I think it was Alex Bornstein played. What's the name? Johnny, Marky Mark's mother. Right, and it's and so this is basically translating Ted into a sitcom, and it really fits quite nicely into a sitcom. So you have the traditional sitcom family. You got Ted, the teddy bear, played by motion capture by Seth MacFarlane, and that motion capture is here. Let me see the Ted TV show trailer. Ted TV show trailer, and the realization of that is just fan-freaking-tastic. I have to say, it's far superior than it was on the in the movies, and you can see how much technology has moved on. Right, this teddy bear is very cute and very expressive and very, very funny. Right, it works in many ways. So you got John. That's the name. So Max Burkholder is young Marky Mark, right? And so there's a lot of coming of age stuff. Trying weed for the first time, renting a porno for the first time, that sort of thing. But again, so then we got Alana Ubach as Susan Bennett, John's impressionable, friendly, easygoing, stay-at-home mother. Really good character, by the way. I think this speaks very well of Seth MacFarlane's character. And I know he's woke as fuck, right? I understand Orville not getting a new series because it went woke, it went broke, right? He lives in Hollywood. What can you do, right? Their minds have been captured by the evil woke mind virus, right? But I really like this character, right? She was a very, very traditional mother and a wonderful character, like genuinely caring about everyone, and just really a very loving character, right? It was a celebration of what's good about family, which I just think good. So Scott Grimes, you'll see just about everybody works on the Orville's working on this in one way or another. Scott Grimes plays Matty Bennett. That's John's father. Vietnam veteran, Republican. So yeah, he's the bad guy, but still he's a good guy. I like as well. And the thing that really pushes us into sitcom territory is Blair Bennett. They're very liberal, very modern. Like when I say modern, 2024 modern. This is set in '93. Was it niece who's living with them, right? There is clashes between her and Scott Grimes. I wouldn't push it through to the category of woke lecturing. It really isn't. I don't like that they made Blair, the niece that lives with him, sexually fluid. That's just like, nobody was sexually fucking fluid in it. You're either gay or you're straight. Like back in '93, that was back in the good old days when you only had two types of porn. Yeah, boy-girl porn and boy-girl porn. Right? Nothing else. Oh, yeah, girl porn as well. But, you know, there was no, like, you know, women taking a shit on a vacuum cleaner. Right? Or what? Just the weird shit that's around today. Is this worth getting, because it's only 7 episodes, a subscription to what's it called again? Peacock Network. I would say if you haven't seen Strange New Worlds, was it Brave New World? Then yes, it's worth a 1-month subscription to watch both. I think Brave New World was one of the best things that's been out in the last several years. Not a faithful adaptation of the book, but I think it actually says what the book wanted to say in a modern way quite well, right? So, again, the whole series was directed by Seth MacFarlane as well. Fine, so after episode 1, is basically Ted is... you set up the family, you get to meet all the characters, and Ted, rather than staying at home, is decided that he needs to start going to school with John. And you know, it's basically him getting in, you know, into the school world, and you have conflict between Scott Grimes, Matty, and Blair. And again, this was a really great moment, I think, for the mother character. Who's the mother called again? Alana Ubach, right? Playing Susan Bennett, right? But she's like, but she's family. You can't throw her out, right? And I just love that traditional morality, right? It was very nice. Also, it's about John and Ted getting into weed for the first time, so that was quite good. My Two Dads I thought was a really clever little episode. It's Ted and John are being bullied by this guy, and they find out his dad is absent, right? Is a what's the word? Absentee father, right? So to mess with him, they start telling him, they call him and they pretend it's his father. But then they see how he starts doing better in life, right? And they start to get pride, as you say, schleppnachus, right? He starts to see pride in what his in what their faux son is doing, right? And I really kind of, again, I did like that. I felt this was a nice and uplifting idea with dirty jokes. Really worked. With the weakest episode is episode 3, ejectile dysfunction. John wants to rent his first porno, right? And so there's that going on. And you got his mother like not really understanding what the male sexuality, but generally speaking, quite all these ones are good, right? Because again, Seth MacFarlane playing Ted is always watchable. I hate to tell you, he really is. Subways, bicycles, automobiles. There's payback for taking the fall. In the previous episode, Blair forces Ted to be her designated driver on Halloween. Halloween episode, was it kind of cool? It's kind of nice to see Blair in a sexy skin tight catsuit. Other than that, it's as good as all the episode. They do a Christmas. I was definitely thinking Susan. Blair believes that Matty and Susan's marriage is unhealthy, given the latter's propensity to talk to walk all over her, and insists they undergo marriage counselling. After Matty walks out, professional counsellor Ted. So Ted becomes the counsellor in this one. And again, it was funny. Everything works out in the end. Loud Night is a Christmas episode, very, very Christmassy, and I think quite representative of 1990s Christmas. Blair's friend Sarah decides to stay with the Bennetts due to a cancelled flight. When she's a friend, she's actually her lover. Again, causes tension. And again, it's the mother character that brings everyone together. But Ted, as I said, adorable all the way through. And another relatively weak episode is John trying to lose his virginity. I can't even remember if he does at the end or not. I was just kind of like bored with it. And the episode is they end up with the Thunderbirds song, right? They're from the first episode. Let's look at the trailer. Again, I found this entertaining. Is it worth whatever it is for a subscription? On this alone, I would say no.
Hey, Johnny. How bad is school gonna suck?
You're not gonna like it.
How bad?
Well, it's like getting your nuts smashed together so hard they become just one nut.
Holy shit.
You should be going to school every day with John.
No, thanks.
You might have fun.
Hey, look at the special the realization of it. It's absolutely remarkable, right? It really is. Let's go back there.
No, I would not have fun. I guard the house when you guys are out.
What happened to the TV?
It was an accident.
You're going to school and you're gonna grow a fucking brain.
Oh, come on!
If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be.
Hey, dork, you bringing your dolls to school? It's the 90s. Times are changing.
Sexual education. Let's start with masturbation.
If you're going to assign homework, Johnny already did it this morning.
Hey, shut the fuck up, dude.
I haven't smoked, I haven't had sex, I haven't had a girlfriend. I'm a loser.
You and me have been best friends like our whole lives. We're about to get high for the first time. Can we have drugs, please? Let's do this right. Oh, man.
Can you guys believe we're like having an experience and experiencing reality?
Is there a fucking gas leak or something?
Oh, I'm trying to download the next thing. It's not going. That's so annoying. Try again. Hang on. Yeah, let's go back to playing this.
Nice costume, fuckface.
It's possible that the two of you might not be total screw-ups.
Take a long look. This is what life is.
Yeah, again, I think this is quite a good representation of of this show, right? I think it's actually carrying it over quite well. I'm trying to find a different YouTube downloader, right? Because again, I can't really recommend this as a on the strength of this show to get a subscription to what's it called again? Peacock Network, right? It's hard to recommend this. But still, it's not bad either.
Shit, Teddy, I'm the last virgin in school.
We can fix this. We gotta find a buyer. Fresh penis! Get your fresh penis here!
Teddy, Jesus Christ!
Still has that new penis smell.
Will you shut up?
All right, I'm just trying to help.
Yeah, but generally speaking, I found this enjoyable and pleasant, right? Enjoyable and pleasant. What oh, man, this still didn't unload. Here, 1 second. Let's try. We'll try this video download. Let's see if this one works. Doink. So again, if you haven't seen Strange New World, I'm trying to pull out a trailer of it because it is remarkably good, right? It is. Oh, here we go. It's remarkably good. I recently started. Rewatching this because I had had a new streaming app, right? That was stream stuff from my computer, and I forgot how good it is, right? It is such an indictment. And this is from a few years ago, but it's such an indictment on social media culture, right? TikTok culture, Twitter culture at the time, right? Doink. Oh, and it does have the insanely hot woman in it from Downton Abbey.
This is New London. Everyone's happy here. Everyone has a place. There's no hunger, no violence.
There's no pain there, John.
Now, that was Alden Ehrenreich, who played Solo. I would recommend you watch the movies. What movie was it? It was really good. Coen Brothers movie. What was that one? Hang on. Coen Brothers movies. It was a recent one, right? Not Miller's Crossing. This is annoying. Yeah, looking up their filmography. It was a recent one. Hell Caesar, right? Hell Caesar. He's great in that, and also he was very good in what else? What else was it? In this, right? He was really, really good in this.
No pain there, John. Everyone fits.
Oh, Demi Moore as well. Fantastic.
I've always wanted that for you.
So essentially, if you don't know the story of Brave New World, it's a completely genetically engineered society from top to bottom, right? And AI has essentially developed this society to be self-sustaining. And the way they do it is by removing any meaning from life, right? And here, do I have the opening second of it? Because that really it was written by Grant Morrison, I think. But that really sets out the ethos of where is this? Of the show. And for me, I found it fascinating, right? I found it genuinely fascinating. Brave New World, doink. Oh, they're NKV files. They won't play. Never mind. That's a bummer. Wait, we'll go back to this.
Home now. You just need to embrace this place and let it be wonderful. Hey.
All you have to.
So it's really interesting because society is very much controlled by Soma, this recreational drug that they've given every day, and they take it all day, right? And again, I find a lot of parallels in the legalization of weed. Don't get me wrong, I have no problem with weed. I actually don't do drugs, kids. But if you do, it's pretty awesome. You know, it's yeah, again, the vacuous emptiness of it is so well put together. So essentially you have 4 different classes of people. You've got the alphas, you've got the betas, you've got the gammas, and you have the epsilons. The epsilons do the work. Alphas are in charge, or are they, right? It's more of an equation, and you can see how this is how an AI would think. It's an equation that balances things without order, social order breaking down.
Do is connect. Everyone belongs to everyone else. We're never
and there's lots of rampant sex in it.
We're alone here. Everyone's connected.
You know, I've been watching you people. But this place is so perfect.
Oh, and so the basic plot is you have a savage from outside their perfect world gets introduced into it, which is like a critique on it.
Why is it upside down? There's a disruption.
I just can't seem to get back to myself. A virus enters a cell, turning the body against itself. We need to stop this before this goes too far.
And the cast is just uniformly excellent. This is worth. How much does Peacock Network cost? Right, let's have a look. Peacock Network. Unless they have it on for international customers. How much is it? Peacock Network cost. Well, there's a free trial. Even do that. So it's Peacock sells $6 a month for that's I guess you get access to it. Or Premium Plus is $12 a month. It is so worth $6. I would say $10 on its own is worth $6.
We're at the beginning of something. Something necessary.
Yeah, honestly, I found it like a really great, interesting, epic story with hard sci-fi. I loved it, right? I absolutely loved it. Oh, it's on Amazon Prime? Okay, good.
If you're not happy or nothing at all.
Oh, I generally speaking like adaptations of Brave New World. There's one in 1998 with, what's his name? Stephen Gallagher? Some guy, what's this guy's name? And Leonard Nimoy. It was, can I see if I can find that? Brave New World, 1998. 1998. Let's see if we got you. Is this a trailer? Yeah, let's have a quick look at this. Let's see if this is the one. But it wasn't the most accurate one. There was a BBC version from, when was that? Like the 70s. But for me, it didn't really work. Problem being, loved that one. Oh my god, he hated this one, and he loved the 1970s, which I think is all on YouTube. You can probably find it. Here. 1 second, Brave New World. Oh, now I've got little Wizzy Will. Oh, there we go. 98. We'll see if we get a clip of Leonard Nimoy in this. I'll find out who was in it. Doink. Yeah, 98 doesn't seem that long ago, but look at the look at that's like Gallagher. I didn't see what the first thing was. I'm bored. Let's see if we. Oh, there we go. They're looking at the artificiality of the of the world. Like it was. This music is weird, but kind of works. Well, I'm kind of glad I can't really find this anywhere because, man, this trailer is not going to be on board for it. Oh, there you go. Bit Leonard Nimoy. That's basically it. Okay, not necessarily a recommend, but I like that sort of stuff. Okay, I do enjoy that sort of stuff. Am I going to do a review of Miracle Man now? I've been promising that for ages. Okay, no, I'm pushing it off till tomorrow. Right, tomorrow. I am back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, with more fun, frolics, and frivolity. We have a lot of that going on. What did I not get to tonight? Right, let's go through what I didn't get to. And then we can be reasonably assured I might get to it tomorrow. Who knows or dares to dream? Hang on, I'm just going through all the different, closing all the tabs. So I can get to the thing of stuff that we did. Doink. Doink, close that. 1 second. Doink. Oh. Answer. I think I might be up to the things that I didn't get to yet. So let's have a look. Share screen. Sharing screen. Doink. So this might be my lead article for tonight. 6 burning questions about Ruby Sunday. Doctor Who season 14 needs to answer. The trouble is, we know her story's already ended, right? It's so it has less interest to me, really. Even though I think she was absolutely the best thing in the in that episode, probably better than Shooty. But I like the way they interacted with each other. Discovery, piss off, leave us alone. What was it? Is this the story we done? What Doctor Who show? Yeah, no, piss off, leave us alone. Doctor Who's theory reveals the new season 14 villain was secretly instrumenting in 2023 specials. What, you're talking about Rusty Davis? Let's have a quick. Let's see what new articles there are. Man and Web box office hits a record low, even for Sony Spider-Man. Yes, even worse than Morbius. That's not a good sign, right? That's not a good sign. Search. Let's see what the Doctor Who articles. Doctor Who. Doctor Who season 14 needs these two villains to fix its ongoing monster problem. Well, that looks interesting. Doctor Who hints the Fourth Doctor's first companion was after Bi-Generation was This classic character? What? Doctor Who hints the Fourth Doctor's first companion after he didn't bigenerate. What? Well, fine. We've got to investigate this now. This makes no sense. What? Who? What are you talking about? Oh, fuck off. Leave me alone. So, okay. Yeah, fine. So, after the bigeneration, everybody wakes up again, right? All the Doctors come back. And so, in this Leaderverse of the Time War, she ends up with it. Oh, fuck off. Leave us alone. Shooting up with Doctor Who era return addressed by Maisie Williams. Says they didn't ask me. Right. One Doctor Who season 14 character makes David Tennant's return even harder to avoid. Just avoid it, right? Avoid it. Fine. Now we got over here on What Culture. Let's have a quick look. The single biggest mistake every Doctor Who series has made. That sounds interesting. I might go for that, right? Doctor Who futures that are now past. I love things like that. Yeah, so today I was reading was an FSX magazine from 2012, I think. Man, the improvement in quality when you read stuff 10 years, it makes your head spin. It was just so much better and interesting a magazine, right? Stuff is garbage, right? And you can see it's got half the staff, and it just bollocks. Karney says, bi-generation is shit. Bi-generation is indeed shit. I think with that last thought, we will wrap up tonight. We'll say good night, ladies and gentlemen. Join me back tomorrow when we will delve into this and so much more. I'm going to hit the end broadcast, but I'm going to hit it again.